many chairs are you sitting on right now? Are you all in on the chair? You put on one pair of glasses, you've got one pair of AirPods right now. You're looking at me through one screen. Like, you're using one microphone. That's a one microphone. Like, you trust it? Is that conviction? Seems kind of scary. Why don't you diversify? Why don't you use 10 microphones? Do you drive in 10 cars at the same time or one car at one time? Do you drive down one street? Aren't you afraid that you're driving down one street? You know? Do you take a different way? You get on one airplane? Are you convicted? You put your entire family in the one airplane? Aren't you afraid? When you use knives, do you have copper knives, wooden knives, steel knives, aluminum knives, rubber band knives, diamond knives because you're afraid to commit to the right knife? So my point really is, ultimately, if you're a rational individual, it's a tool.
October's on as the label. 7-figure deal was a fable. 8-figure bought out the neighbors. 9 figures turning the tables. You pussy boy better be ready and able. I'm coming. I can't talk on broke case cause it's sticky. Free tea and free greasy, my Achilles. My youngest put lots on the city, so niggas be shit to come out when it's litty. T, that's the Cody, so free him, these niggas.
Hey, Luke, you don't know about this one, twin. I know you don't.
PM, I cannot de-escalate things if we see them. My young boys don't do it for clout. If they do it, they cover their head and their mouth. Swear there's some shit I'm forgetting about. 03 of the slime when they letting him out. I be with them guys from the 6 that you niggas stay talking on Reddit about. Say a whole lot, but we saw you and we had you begging it out. Remember that shit? Twisting it. Yeah, he's twisting his fingers and looking at me. Twisting some shit up that I never seen. Twisting it up, I don't know what that means. Twist. I'm twisting it back cause he twisting at me. Twisting that 6 in his face. Twisting that R in his face like Styles and P. Twisting the M and the O and the B. Twisting the O and the C and the T and the O and the B and the E and the R and the G and the A and the N and the G. Twist, yeah, twisting it, yeah, twisting it. I'm twisting it up cause he twisting at me. I haven't seen bro in a while, but that nigga wild, I'm not in a rush to. People keep telling me smile, but bro is on trial, the shit to adjust to. I don't need security to ride around town. We can fly downtown, just us two. Unless you know the G-way handshake. When we go to shake hands, man, can't trust you. Pulling out the cash on camera. Waterproof iPhone case, bro, splash on camera. She wanna pop ass on camera. Sweetie, you can film, just don't put on camera. They just try and move so racist. We gotta go beat some cases before we show faces. And all I do is shell down stages. My face never ages. I must be in God's good graces. If my emotions are showing, it's only because I'm ahead of what they got going. I'm trying to stay laid back, cause you know the hotheads with me and they wanna get the payback going. I don't recognize none of that shit that he's throwing, but maybe where he's from they know it. All I know is the man I'ma piss. Fuck that shit, man. Twisting it. Yeah, he's twisting his fingers and looking at me. Twisting some shit up that I never seen. Twisting it up, I don't know what that means. Twist. I'm twisting it back cause he twisting at me. Twisting that 6 in his face. Twisting that R in his face like.
Yo, what the fuck is good? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How are you all living, man? We got the green on the green. I don't know if I like it, but we got it. I don't know if I like it, but we got it, man. That's the thing. Every day, the beautiful part about every morning is there's something different. You'll never see the same suit twice, ever. For as long as you live, you might never see it again, man. Welcome back to the stream. It is so good to see so many of your beautiful faces. What is this, by the way? I'll watch this after. Building on. How is everyone, man? How is everyone? How is everyone? How is everyone? I had an amazing weekend. Fun weekend. We have a lot, bro. We have a lot to talk about today. I'm not gonna lie. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to cover. The coins shockingly look pretty good. Michael Saylor has increased USD reserve again, which is, I'm so sick of this vernacular that they chose to use. He's like, Michael Saylor has rebought, stretched, and increased USD reserve by $150 million. I'm like, bro, just say you sold. Just say you sold. It would sound better. It would genuinely sound better if you just say that you sold. How was the weekend? Listen to my first Flood Sunday Spaces. They're really good. Kyle's a Chad, by the way. I would like to get him on stream at some point. We also have to do another Mando stream this week. He binked Nebius and he binked Eli Lilly. And maybe Pump Fun. He's tweeting about Pump Fun as well. That's how you know we have to get him on. So shout out to Mando. We'll do that at some point this week. Lefty, what's good? Why don't we do this? If you're watching on YouTube or Twitter and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. I know the YouTube thing is growing, but like, bro, just watch it over here, man. It would feel better. I don't look at the YouTube number. I look at the Twitch number. It's like a big mental thing. It's a big mental barrier. Also, if you're on Twitter, I don't know what you're trying to do here, what you think you're doing exactly. Hitting short-term trade in Lily is nuts because it doesn't move. I know it's crazy, but we have a lot to talk about. We have 13 Fs on last Friday, so we're gonna go over 13 Fs. We have Leopold's 13F, which is nuts, kind of gnarly. It's kind of eerie. It's like a tombstone, man. We have everything that he held, and he held a lot of good stuff, but we now know that they're sold. Honestly, 13Fs are a little bit whatever. That's why we're gonna do them after market close because they're late. They're late, and you don't know exactly who holds what. But Paul Tudor Jones is buying Bitcoin, even if it's an insignificant amount, and Stanley Druckenmiller is buying Per, which is pretty cool. Hyperliquid looks nuts. The coins look great. Pre-market memory is ripping. Everything looks really good pre-market. Stocks was up 3. Everything is up. Oil's up a little bit as well, but we will just choose to ignore that. And I have a lot to talk about. So, all right, let's start with a little roll call. And let's get started. Whitey, what's good? Greg, what's good? Screwy Lou, what's good? IDK, bro, what's good? Alex, George, Tingle, what's good? Caleb, what's good? Experiments, what's good? DNAP is in here. Viblet with first chatter again. Brennan, actually, I think Malcolm was. Brennan, what's good? Malcolm, what's good? Prof, what is good? Cold, what is good? Houdini, what's good? Zaru, what is good? Peg, what is good? Tyler Frost, what is good? Dr. Duck. I might have to throw the pit link in here again today, by the way, if you make it to the end of the stream. Kenyon, what's good? Light, what is good? Once again, Levi, what's up? Chad Michael Berry, STBs, what is good? Also, one more time, if you're watching on YouTube, Twitter, you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. All right. I finished a book this weekend. I was kind of slacking recently. Okay. I finished a book this weekend. I finished Liar's Poker. And guys, I'm just going to say it. It might be time to have some tough conversations about where this thing ranks in the finance category. I'm just going to be honest. I think the first chapter, I think Reminiscence is better. But the first chapter of Liar's Poker is maybe the best chapter of any book I've ever read ever. I'm just going to say it. It's maybe the best chapter of any book I've ever read. How does the game actually work? How to play Liar's Poker. It's maybe the best chapter I've ever read ever of any book. Has anyone ever played Liar's Poker? Each player holds one bill, unseen by the other players. The objective is to guess how often a particular digit appears among all the bills held by all the players. Each guess or bid must be higher in quantity or equal in quantity, but higher in value than the previous bid. Interesting. I want to figure out how to play this game. But yeah, I think Reminiscence is more entertaining because it's more direct. Like it's more direct and it feels like it's more of a classic. Like I'm more in awe reading Reminiscence because I'm thinking to myself, okay, this book is like 130 years old and it's still like this brother is Cupsy. It's still relevant. And so in my head, there's some level of like attachment to it. Love how you're reading classics, my pimp. No, the top button is sort of my thing. Top button, no tie is kind of my look. He writes so well. And so the whole book is about Solomon Brothers in like the mortgage boom of the 80s. Okay. And so Solomon Brothers and this guy, Louis Ranieri, I think that's how you say his name. Louis Ranieri. And then this bond trader at First Boston, Larry Fink, basically invent the mortgage-backed security. And so they have this fucking god run from, I think, 81 to 86, maybe, of just, like, sun run, just complete sun run. And the mortgage department at Solomon Brothers was like a complete, just nobody gave a fuck about the mortgage. It was like only bonds. Nobody cared about the mortgage department at all. And the equities were a joke. Like they would make this joke like they would ship you off to die in Dallas to be an equities trader at Solomon Brothers, right? And so they invent the mortgage-backed security, and then there's just this like explosion of capital like rushing into trading these assets and buying these assets, and nobody really knows how it works, and they really have no competition. Okay. And it's sort of has a lot of parallels to what's going on right now in crypto, right? Where at like 1985, maybe 4 years into this, it's been the most profitable department at the firm by like a landslide. And all of a sudden, Merrill Lynch and Morgan Stanley and First Boston and all these other firms basically start buying all of the Solomon traders. They're buying them like it's NBA free agency. These guys are getting $3, $4, $5 million guaranteed in 1985 and 85 to come trade mortgages at like Merrill Lynch, I think was the biggest buyer of traders. They're spending just infinite. How much do you need? And so at first it was 81, 82, 83. It's only Solomon Brothers. Then the game gets super competitive. Everybody gets in. Everybody starts playing. Margins compress. And then there's just an all-out bidding war, race to who can buy the most traders. And so all these guys that are like printing money at Solomon Brothers are just getting... The bit was like, everybody loves to have previously worked at Solomon Brothers because you work at Solomon, then you just get some deal elsewhere. And so Solomon's stance the whole time was like, we're not going to pay traders more. We're not going to up your salary. We're not going to up your salary. And so the game gets like hyper competitive. They lose all their traders. Finally, they cave and they say, you know, one of the top mortgage traders is about to leave. And they're like, you know what? Fuck it. Write a number down on a piece of paper. We'll give it to you. And they give it to him. Then everybody freaks out. We want to raise. We want to raise. We want to raise. The whole thing sort of starts collapsing. And then 1986, 1987 is the era of the junk bond. Mortgages got too competitive. They weren't making that much money. And so the bull run of the junk bond, which is like, you know, before people would buy like Google bonds or whatever and make a couple percent, but it's way riskier than like a government treasury because you're taking on the risk of like a corporation, not the US government. And so they're like, fuck that. Why are we taking 7% on these Google bonds when we can buy like 7-Eleven, which might go bankrupt in a month at like, you know, some ridiculous premium. And yes, half of them are going to blow up, but we're going to make way more money on the ones that don't than the ones that do. And there's this like explosion of junk bonds. And it's funny thinking about crypto right now because for as long as markets have existed, people have just like wanted to trade trash. Everybody just wants to trade trash. And there's this junk bond explosion. Solomon Brothers doesn't play at all. They don't contribute. They're just like completely left out. They don't understand it. They don't want to play, moral reasons, whatever. They don't play at all. And then the whole thing implodes. It all implodes. And there's this, you know, the last chapter, they talk about this stretch in 1987 where Solomon Brothers has the worst week in the history of weeks for investment banks. And the blow off top moment was October 18th, 1987. It's Black Monday. And so there's this moment, like at the very end of the book, where the guy who runs Solomon Brothers, John Goodfriend is how it's pronounced, I believe, where it's Black Monday and everything is just getting destroyed. Red candles everywhere, 40, 50% on everything across the board. And the investment banks are getting hit the worst because nobody really knows what they hold. Like, what do they have? No one even really knows what do they have. And there's this moment outlined where in like pure panic and chaos, Solomon Brothers is down like 60, 70%. John Goodfriend like sits down and he does this calculation like, okay, what do we hold on our balance sheet? What do we hold? How much liability do we have? And how much money do we have? And he does this calculation, all hands on deck, and he realizes that Solomon has significantly more cash than what they're being valued at. And so in the midst of the company imploding, it's like the SpongeBob scene, there's a fire, everyone is dying, everything's on fire. The world as we know it from investment banks is like collapsing. John Goodfriend realizes, oh, we're trading like a 0.5 NAV. And he takes his personal checkout and just starts ripping into Solomon Brothers stock. While the world is ending, he's just like buying with his personal account. Fuck the firm, fuck the company, fuck the traders, fuck the mortgage department. I'm buying. and he's just slamming buy orders into Solomon, and turned out to be like a clean 2x flip on like 20 mil in less than a year because he just knew. And that's how the book ends. But I bet you didn't know this. We're gonna watch it really quick. The intro scene of The Big Short, which is maybe my favorite movie ever, is Louis Ranieri, the guy from Solomon Brothers who invented the MBS, which later became, I don't know, the cause of The Big Short. Watch this really quick. It's so good. 3 minutes. By the way, this might be the greatest movie ever made. The whole Liar's Poker book is about Louis Ranieri, bro. Basically, the whole book is about this guy. Basically, the whole book. I've seen Margin Call. Margin Call's great.
Hiya, Frank. How are the wife and kids? You know, for you, I'm considering treasury bonds and utility stocks. Smoke?
In the late 70s, banking wasn't a job you went into to make large sums of money. It was a fucking snooze.
How about those Mets?
Filled with losers, like selling insurance or accounting. And if banking was boring, then the bond department at the bank was straight up comatose. We all know about bonds. You give them to your snot-nosed kid when he turns 15. Maybe when he's 30, he makes $100. Boring. That is until Louis Ranieri came on the scene at Solomon Brothers. You might not know who he is, but he changed your life more than Michael Jordan, the iPod, and YouTube put together.
Put together.
All right, gentlemen, let's get some money in here. Let's make some money. What do you say?
They talk about this thing in the book about how the mortgage traders used to have these things called food frenzies, and they were just all day. Like everyone that worked in the mortgage department was like fat and nasty, and they're just like eating burgers all day and stains everywhere. And like there was this bit where they would go on, the interns would go on like food runs, and they would go into the dining halls and they would just like take as much as humanly possible and run back like cookies and Subway and just complete slop, bro.
All right, gentlemen,
Pre-Ozempic. And look, he has a stain on his shirt.
let's get some money in here. Let's make some money. What do you say?
You see, Louis didn't know it yet, but he'd already changed banking forever with one simple idea.
The mortgage-backed securities.
So
or
weak.
private label MBS. You've got your average person's mortgage. Fixed rate, 30 years. Boring, safe, small payoff, right? But when you have thousands of them all bundled together, suddenly the yield goes up, but the risk is still small because,
So peak.
well, they're mortgages. And who the hell doesn't pay their mortgage?
Who the hell doesn't
What
pay their
exactly is
mortgage?
the credit rating on this bond?
This bond, gentlemen, is AAA rated.
This is exactly what the Michigan State Pension Fund has been looking for. I'll buy 20 million.
Oh, come on, live a little.
25 million.
The money came raining down. And for the first time, the banker went from the country club to the strip club.
This is the whole book.
Pretty soon, stocks and savings were almost inconsequential. They were doing 50, 100, 200 billion in mortgage bonds and dozens of other securities a year.
So peak.
And America barely noticed as its number one industry became boring old banking. And then one day, almost 30 years later in 2008, it all came crashing down.
March, Bear Stearns was in a death spiral, and the Fed brokered its sale.
The worst financial crisis in modern times. Certainly the largest financial disaster in decades in this country, and perhaps the end of an era in American business.
In the end, Louis Ranieri's mortgage-backed security mutated into a monstrosity that collapsed the whole world economy. And none of the experts or leaders or talking heads had a clue it was coming. I'm guessing most of you still don't really know what happened. Yeah, you got a soundbite you repeat so you don't sound dumb, but come on.
Our financial institutions are strong.
Oh, I have like full body chills, dude. I have like actual full body chills watching that. 30 years later, the whole bro.
And then one day, almost 30 years later in 2008, it all came crashing down.
Oh, wow. Wow. Incredible. The mortgage-backed security, we'll end on this. There's this scene in Liar's Poker where they talk about how like the heyday of mortgage trading, if you were like the wife of a Solomon Brother employee, mortgage trader specifically, it was very frequent that you would get like a limo sent to your house to go on a shopping trip with your like girlfriends, and there was no expense reports. You could just swipe your Solomon card and they were not tracking expenses. Like it was that euphoric. There was no expense reports. It was just, you're good. It's good. Your money's good everywhere. You made $100 million for the firm this year. There's no amount of money you could spend on a limo that would uplift that. You're good. Electric. What an era, man. What a fucking era. I rewatch that flick at least twice a year. Yeah, it did permanent damage to so many just retard cuck-held bears, but it's a must watch. Wish I wasn't a kid back then. Insane entries and everything. Don't worry, it'll happen again. Probably it'll happen again with the circular capex, but that's neither here nor there. I don't think Margin Call is better. No way. Have you seen The Gambler with Mark Wahlberg? That movie's completely garbage. The movie's complete garbage. And all right, let's go. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to cover. We have a lot to get into. Have you ever watched Bulls and Bears? I'm sorry, The Gambler's ass. That movie is complete ass. I'm not a gambler. I'm a trader. There's a big difference. Okay? There's a big difference. I want to start with this weekend. I'm going to be honest. I didn't do a lot of trading. We're going to talk about on-chain very soon here. I did not do a lot of trading, but I spent like 15 hours playing Power World. Okay? I spent like 15 hours playing Power World. And it's an incredible game. Molly's Poker is awesome. And it's an incredible game. And I was doing some research into it. And because I mean the game is basically just it's Pokemon reskin. Like it is straight up like 1-to-1 Pokemon in the game they should have always built. Frank, you're the GOAT. We're gonna talk about your trade shortly. We're gonna get there. We gotta get over a few things first. It's 1-to-1 Pokemon, the game they should have always built, and it's massive right now. It's the third biggest game in the world. It's the third biggest game in the world. There's like 600,000 concurrents playing Power World right now. And I did some research into it. And they had this massive lawsuit from Nintendo that I think was like I don't know. They had this huge lawsuit that went on for like 2.5 years into Power World for copyright infringement or IP infringement, which I think is the stupidest law ever. Welcome to Chinese capitalism, brother. Everyone copies everything. If you make a better game, you make a better fucking game. And Nintendo lost the lawsuit. They lost the lawsuit. They binked him on like a couple niche items. Like, for example, the game is Pokemon reskinned. You can like throw a sphere, they call them, to catch a Pokemon, but you can't throw a sphere to like release your Pokemon into the world type of thing. And so they won the patent on that. And then they won a patent on the way the character mounts a flying Pokemon to like fly around the world. It won that lawsuit as well, but they lost everything else. Power World is the third biggest game in the world right now, and it is a complete 1-to-1 rip, like 1-to-1. I mean, there's like characters that look exactly the same. It's basically Pokemon, open world Pokemon with guns, and it is so fucking good. I'm sorry, I'm not even a gamer. I don't play games. The last game I play sports games. I don't game at all. It is an unbelievable game. And I'm saying this really because we did this segment about 5-6 months ago about Chinese capitalism and how IP ownership is like a joke. It's like they'll laugh at you to sue over an IP infringement, and it's coming to the U.S. as well. It's coming to the U.S. You just cannot stop it. You can't stop it. It's like you look at the war Anthropic is going on right now, where they're saying the Chinese models are like distilling Anthropic's fable, but then Anthropic distilled the entire internet and all of English literature that's ever been published ever, anywhere, ever. And you realize this is just a battle you cannot fight. You cannot fight. And so patent gets denied in the Power World update in Nintendo lawsuit. They lost. And Nintendo's stock looks pretty fucking terrible, man. It's Japanese stock. It is not Chinese, but let's see. It's not awful, actually. It's not awful. It's doing pretty well. It's Nintendo. It's doing pretty well. They own a lot of Pokemon. This is the weekly, though. This is the weekly. It was not doing well for a while. This low here is like June. It's up a decent amount in the last month, actually. I believe it's privately owned. Who owns Power World? Yeah. It's funded and controlled 100% by Pocket Pair. What a sick name. Yeah, what a fucking sick name. Yeah, it's fully private. Most popular games by active player count right now. I think it's like CS. Let's see. Does it show live Steam player count? It's 5 right now. Counter-Strike has 1 million players. Dota has 800,000 concurrent. PUBG 600,000. Apex Legends, that's insane. It's 230,000. And then Power World, 230,000 players. GTA 5 is 75K. Overwatch is 58. Rivals has 50. They just say Pocket Pair was owned by Sony. Let's see. No. Fully private. But yeah, it feels like that, maybe we'll do a longer segment of this at some point, but it feels like the AI era is like the death of the IP infringement. You cannot stop it. There's nothing you can do. What are you going to do? It's like, bro, LLMs were trained on the entire global internet. Every book, every written, every Reddit post ever made, every YouTube video that's ever been put out, every tweet, it's already happened. It's already been trained on everything ever created by humans ever. It's unstoppable. Then you see Pokemon lose this lawsuit, who, by the way, it's been like a thing in gaming where people are fucking terrified to fuck with Pokemon at all. Like, even a catch 'em all, like Pocket Monster type of experience, people are like, no way, I'm not touching it, because you're just gonna lose. They're gonna come for you, they're gonna sue you, and you're gonna lose. Well, Power World 1 feels like a big moment for Nintendo and for gaming. And guys, the game is fucking incredible. I don't know what to say. It is incredible game. I'm not even a gamer. It's incredible. I have no words for how good it is, and I'm not even trolling. So that is what that is. Speaking of AI, there is this huge controversy that just happened. I don't know if you followed this, over AI music right now. Twofold. And Tyga, who I know we don't give a fuck about in 2026, launched a pop slop album. And I'm going to be honest, it's one of the worst albums I've ever listened to ever. And by listen to, I mean skipped to a random timestamp in like 3 songs and listened for 20 seconds. And I mean, it's complete garbage. Okay. Like, I mean, it's
swaying, music playing, keep it coming.
Like, it got me going. I mean,
speeding down the coast in a vintage ride. Chrome reflects the water where the secrets hide. Leather seats are hot. Phone starts ringing. Thinking about the bags, knowing what they're bringing. Look at the skyline. Look at the shoreline. Everything is mine.
I mean, bro, look at the skyline, look at the shoreline. Everything is mine.
Look at the shoreline. Everything is mine.
This is some like Decentraland ass music. I mean, bro, it's bad. Like I'm not even a hater of music, but I mean, we can listen to one more song if you want. It's like, who is the target audience for this? Really is my question. Let me see if here.
For a single damn word. Harder than the black lake water. Diamonds on the neck of your daughter.
So the album's terrible, which is maybe why okay, it's unclear if people are outraged because the album is horrific. It probably doesn't help, or because it uses hella AI. But the vibe that I got is people are fucking tilted that it used AI. Okay? And I'm seeing sort of a vibe shift here with this AI stuff, where if you're like over 30, maybe over 25, really over 30, you're pretty outraged by anything AI. Like Doja Cat's on stream, like SZA's on stream, talking about like it's a disgrace, da 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 da. If you're over 30, you are like outraged by the AI stuff. And if you're under like 25, I'm reading these TikTok comments, and everyone is like, W use of AI. Wow, this guy actually used AI well. Like, sick AI use. Finally, bro found a use case for AI. Like, this is sort of the vibe shift that's happening. But regardless, there's this like huge outrage on the AI music. Tyga on using AI to create his 80s inspired album Starface. There's nothing wrong. And I think he has a decent take. Like the take that I read him talk about is that he basically says it's the same thing as when Autotune came out. And Autotune was super taboo. And no one really liked it. It was fake. It was artificial. It's not your real voice. People did not like Autotune. And then eventually it just becomes meta where you use Autotune in your music. And that's just the way shit goes. And so in the same vein, I think AI, it's probably going to be the same for creatives, right? Like eventually you're going to just be using AI at some level in your creative process, helping to write, helping to add an instrument. What should this sound like here? Like I would imagine that's going to happen. I don't really think AI is the problem. I think the fact that it's fucking ass is the problem. Okay? Money stacking high, paper on the dashboard. White powder dreams on a midnight flight. Living in a winter world of white. Rhymed white with white. Ice in the glass. Cash on the tray. We never gonna see the day. We never gonna see the day. Chorus. Palm trees swaying. Music playing. Keep it coming. Speeding down the coast in a vintage ride. Chrome reflects the water where the secrets hide. Leather seats are hot. Phone starts ringing. Thinking about the bags. Knowing what they're bringing. Look at the skyline. Look at the shoreline. Everything is mine. White powder dreams on a midnight flight. Living in a winter world of white. Ice in the glass. Cash on the tray. We never gonna see the day. We never gonna see the day. Rims spinning steady on a sunset street. Grind stays heavy while the rhythm stays sweet. $100 bills folding up neatly. Pocketing the profit. Smiling so discreetly. A rapper has never used the word discreetly in a song ever. Never rhymed anything with discreetly. Ever. That has never happened. That has never happened. Ever. In a history of music. That has never happened. Folding up neatly. $100 bills folding up neatly. Pocketing the profit. Smiling so discreetly. That has never happened, bro. Chorus, 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 chorus. And so, yeah, I don't know. Tyga album It's horrible.
We should just say, you know, going
They
into
interviewed
this,
him. I don't even want to watch
that,
this, but for 1 second.
Pitchfork gave you a 0 out of 10.
TMZ is so back, by the way.
Which hasn't happened in 19 years. And it's pretty
Pitchfork hasn't, I don't know what Pitchfork is. They haven't given a 0 out of 10 album in 19 years.
clear they're doing it because of AI. So what do you think of all of this?
Listen, I don't really know what Pitchfork is. All I know is the devil uses a pitchfork. That's all I know.
What do you think of the AI controversy generally?
All right. That's the Tiger segment. AI music, it's controversial. It's all over the place. Devil uses pitchfork was kind of hard. He also, I feel okay saying this. He looks fresh. You got to give him that. He looks fresh as fuck. You got to give him that. You've got to give him that. All right, before we get to Unchained, which is really hot, and then we got Market Open. Tory Lanez is a great example of excellent AI usage. Rectal, send it in the pit. Okay. There's this other controversy going on with flock cameras. Okay. And it's a pretty scary one. We've covered this a couple times because I think this is just going to be a big deal. Like, I think that this is going to be something that gets wild coverage and has pretty bad implications for the future. And it's unstoppable. There's 120,000 of them already deployed. And so there's this article that just came out from CBS. It has 4,000 views. It has nothing. But I read this and I'm like, what the fuck am I reading? Police officers were accused in dozens of cases of improperly using access to Flock's license plate camera network, in some instances to stalk civilians, including their ex-wives and girlfriends. Flock's network includes more than 120,000 cameras nationwide used by more than 6,000 law enforcement agencies. In his first TV network interview, Flock CEO Garrett Langley told CBS News about the safety measures the company is implementing amid these claims. If we listen and learn, we listen and we learn, and we'll continue to move forward. By the way, his last name is Langley, which is like where all of the CIA government buildings are in Virginia, which is crazy. It's Langley, Virginia. But dude, this Flock thing is, it's like a paragraph out of 1984. It is a horrifying concept. And it's so far past the point of no return that you can't even stop it. There's nothing you can do to stop it. And who has access to them? Who has access to Flock cameras? Yeah, I read 1984 in school. Yeah, like local law enforcement, private businesses, bro. Private businesses and private residential neighborhood or HOAs. Dude, the HOA has access to fucking Flock cameras in your neighborhood. Are you insane? The HOA, bro, in your neighborhood can tap into this network. 120,000 cameras that probably see your backyard. I mean, bro, that's crazy. That is a serious problem, man. You cannot complain to me that it's, you cannot say that it's not. I want to skim this real quick.
License plate is registered as stolen license plates in our system.
Are you serious?
Dozens of drivers nationwide say they're being unfairly pulled over, some even at gunpoint.
Keep your hands above your head.
Due to alleged misuse of Flock Safety's license plate readers. And it's not just mistakes causing concern. This week, 3 Georgia police officers were added to a growing list of cops accused of misusing the camera technology to allegedly stalk citizens, including ex-wives and girlfriends.
I don't think that Flock created place of use.
I mean, can you put yourself in those women's shoes?
No, it's horrible, and I apologize.
Did you take...
Is this the CEO? It's horrible, and I apologize. Wow. Friend's wife has prosecuted multiple people using Flock. She's a lawyer. Dude, no one's talking about this.
Enough responsibility soon enough?
I think hindsight is a brutal tool. Of course, we could have done more earlier. And
oh my God, I hate him. I hate this guy.
And we learn, and we'll continue to move forward.
In response, CEO Garrett Langley says he is rolling out new safety.
Dude, Langley, by the way. What is Langley, Virginia known for? It's a CIA headquarters. His name is Garrett Langley, bro?
safety measures, including cutting data storage time from 30 days to 7.
30 days!
And in January, Flock will require all of its roughly 6,000 law enforcement agency clients to opt in to what's called audit assistance, which flags any potential police misuse.
Why didn't you make a requirement as soon as you created the technology?
We've evolved there. We've always said we want local control. I think it's up to our elected officials to decide how long is this data retained.
But who is actually looking at this data and why? We put it to the
Also, you know they're not deleting that shit. Come on.
test.
We entered
It's the most valuable data in the world. They're not deleting it. Think about like scale AI and Clet and all of these companies and how much money they're getting to train AI in real world data. Like you deleting it? Come on.
the license plate of this CBS News vehicle into the website, Have I Been Flocked? It turns out we had. This plate was searched 4 times in a 2-week window by the Jackson County Sheriff's Department. We asked why, they didn't respond. We have no idea why that car has been...
Wait, what? Have I been flocked? Holy shit. You can see if... Check your license plate. What? I did not know this existed. Huh? My parents just got robbed and saw multiple cameras? Jesus, dude, what? I'm sorry to hear that.
Used for reporting trips for a small team of reporters. It's unsettling.
Yeah. I'd be curious to see their response.
Since January,
reporters. It's unsettling. Used for reporting trips for a small team of reporters. It's unsettling.
Yeah. I'd be curious to see their response.
I mean, you're the fucking CEO, dude.
Since January, 50 cities have canceled contracts or stopped using Flock's cameras over privacy concerns.
Did you underestimate the level of abuse that you might learn about 9 years down the road when you founded this company?
I think I'm like many people that grew up in a safe neighborhood and assumed that our law enforcement friends were perfect.
Some people might say that sounds pretty naive.
Maybe I'm an optimist. It's why I
Oh my God, I hate him. This is the worst guy ever.
started this company, is because I also believe that we can build a safer country. And that's probably naive as well.
Obviously, these cameras have been helpful in finding things like murder suspects, stopping kidnappings, but there are some abuses. So the money question, is this worth the risk?
That is the central question.
Wow. Where is Flock CEO from? Atlanta, Georgia. Garrett Langley. He went to Georgia Institute of Technology. Wow. That's horrifying. Anyways, I was thinking to myself, okay, like we've talked, I think we've done a pretty good job covering this on stream, that the privacy narrative is no way. Fireship just made a video about Flock.
Right now, as you drive to Taco Bell to put some Diablo-dusted chicken nuggets on your payment plan, a small black camera bolted to a pole is taking a picture.
No way they just made this video, like yesterday.
Of your license plate, running it through an on-device neural network, and uploading the results to a nationwide searchable database where cops from across the country can find out everywhere you've been without needing a warrant. It's called Flock Safety, an $8.4 billion surveillance startup that went from catching package thieves in the Atlanta suburbs to building a real-life Marauders map of every car in America. In today's video, we'll tear down how Flock cameras actually work from the Edge ML pipeline to the cloud.
This is so terrifying.
Architecture, then look at the 50-year-old legal exploit that makes the whole thing possible, and find out how nerds are using war driving techniques from 2003 to surveil the surveillance. It is August 14th, 1984, and you're watching The Code Report. The Flock was founded in 2017 by an engineer named Garrett Langley, who was frustrated that police wouldn't look into crimes in his neighborhood if they didn't have a license plate number. So he did what any of us would do and built a simple automated license plate reader, and then sold it to the only organization willing to fund a surveillance state over some unpicked weeds: homeowners associations. From there, Flock moved up market to police departments, and today its cameras operate in thousands of communities.
How do HOAs have money?
Scanning billions of plates every month. The company even claims that its technology helps solve 20% of reported crime in America, a stat verified by the rigorous scientific method of massaging the data to fit into some trust me bro benchmarks. Their flagship camera is called the Falcon, and from an engineering perspective, it's pretty clever. It's basically a 2017 era Android solar-powered spy device with an LTE modem, infrared night vision, and a motion trigger camera that you can zip tie anywhere. But instead of streaming video to the cloud, the Falcon runs machine learning inference at the edge. When a car trips the motion sensor, an on-device model captures stills, then
the only way they make money is HOA fees. And what do they do exactly? What does the HOA do? Governs a residential community to maintain shared spaces and enforce neighborhood rules? Protect property values. What does that even mean? Protect property values? HOA charged me and my roommates $100 over a dead bush, but you should have watered it. Charge you money and waste your time.
Builds what Flock calls a vehicle fingerprint by classifying the make, model, color, dents, rims, roof racks, and that baby on board sticker that tells the world you don't use NeoVim. This is why the system still works when a plate is missing or covered, because police can query for a Tesla Model 3 with a Ron Paul 2008 bumper sticker and get your car. Only the
It indexes bumper stickers. I pay $600 a month HOA fees, 1-bedroom apartment. How much is your apartment?
images and structured metadata get shipped over LTE to Flock's cloud, which keeps bandwidth low and the whole unit cheap enough to deploy by the thousands. From there, every car that drives by becomes a row in a database that is constantly compared against hot lists for things like stolen vehicles and Amber Alerts. So when a wanted car rolls past a camera, every cop in the area gets a push notification like a weird Orwellian game of Pokemon Go. But you don't get to an $8 billion valuation by selling a few cheap old Android boxes.
You're in 10K, bought it,
What's really
congrats.
valuable is the data they've aggregated. Each scan on its own is just a plate with a timestamp, but with billions of scans stitched together, they know where you sleep, where you work, who you visit, and which parking lots you cry in. And because departments can opt into nationwide sharing, a deputy in a town of 300 people can query that history across all 50 states. Now you're probably wondering how any of this is legal, and the answer is an unpatched exploit in the American legal system called the third-party doctrine. In the 1970s, the Supreme Court ruled that once you voluntarily hand your data to a third party, you no longer have a reasonable expectation of privacy, so the government doesn't need a warrant to get it. That was fine in the 70s, but today it creates a loophole where the government can circumvent the Fourth Amendment by subscribing to a SaaS app where the dashboard is a dragnet, and the only thing standing between this database and abuse is an input field where cops write in the reason for their search. But it turns out the honor system doesn't scale very well. Last year, an Idaho sheriff ran his wife's license plate more than 700 times in 3 months using
What? 700 times in 3 months? Jerome County? Bruh, that's my name.
The honor system doesn't scale very well. Last year, an Idaho sheriff ran his wife's license plate more than 700 times in 3 months, using test as his reason. An audit in Illinois caught local cops running searches for federal immigration agents with immigration as their reason. And a Kansas police chief ran his ex-girlfriend's plates 164 times and her new boyfriend 64 times. And I assume that wasn't for an Amber Alert.
Stop it. Get some help.
But the backlash is growing. Austin and Evanston voted to rip their cameras out entirely, and a lawsuit in Virginia argues this is exactly the dragnet the Fourth Amendment was supposed to prevent. But Flock doesn't seem too worried, because it's busy expanding into gunshot detecting microphones, police drones, and an entire law enforcement operating system called Flock OS. It even had a partnership with Amazon Ring that would let cops request your doorbell.
No! Dude! Ring and Flock teaming up is like... Ring X Flock X Palantir, bro, that is the scariest team in the history of the world.
Footage through Flock's platform. That is until Ring ran a creepy Super Bowl ad.
It's like Shaq and Kobe of survey, like, dude, that's like Kim Jong-un and fucking, I don't even know. Yeah, Kim Jong-un and Trump like squashed the beef for one giant nuclear superstate. That's like Kim and Putin like team up
about using AI to find lost dogs, and the backlash.
All my cameras are Ring. I'm cooked, bro. They
was so bad that they had to dump Flock within a week. But it's not all bad news, because nerds are fighting a partnership with two gunshot detecting microphones, police drones, and an entire law enforcement operating system called Flock OS. It even had a partnership with Amazon Ring that would let cops request your doorbell footage through Flock's platform. That is until Ring ran a creepy Super Bowl ad about using AI to find lost dogs, and the backlash was so bad that they had to dump Flock within a week. But it's not all bad news.
Oh my god, they ran that ad.
Because nerds are fighting fire with a project called DFlock, an open source data set that's already tracked down the location of tens of thousands of Flock cameras across the country. It was started by a software engineer named Will Freeman after he noticed the cameras popping up all over Alabama and got annoyed with fire with a project called DFlock, an open source data set that's already tracked down the location of tens of thousands of Flock cameras across the country. It was started by a software engineer named Will Freeman after he noticed the cameras popping up all over Alabama and got annoyed that nobody could tell him where they were or who approved them. So he built the map himself on top of OpenStreetMap, and the open source community did the rest. In fact, Flock was so impressed by this community effort that their lawyer sent Freeman a cease and desist, for which he responded by saying no. It's comforting to know we have people out there still fighting the good fight, like CodeRabbit, the sponsor of today's
good ad. DFlock. Wait. I know market open soon. We're gonna switch gears. Ring Super Bowl ad. They shut it down because of this ad. Also, if you're on YouTube, Twitter, you want to chat, Twitch TV /threadguy. This is the ad.
This is Milo. Pets are family, but every.
Oh my god, they shut down the partnership because of this ad. You fucking.
This is Milo. Pets are family. But every year, 10 million go missing. And the way we look for them hasn't changed in years. Until now. One post of a dog's photo in the Ring app starts outdoor cameras looking for a match. Search Party from Ring uses AI to help families find lost dogs. Since launch, more than a dog a day has been reunited with their family.
Be a hero in your neighborhood with Search Party. Available to everyone for free right now.
Join the neighborhood at Ring.
With all due respect, fuck your dog. You are not tapping into my house cameras. You're not. You are not, dude. You're not. You're not. You cannot have my house footage because you fucking couldn't put a leash on your fucking dog. No way. Build a fence. Build a fucking fence. That is nuts. Wow. That is. But then you can't even build a fence because of the fucking HOA, right? Interesting. I'm starting to get what's going on here. I'm starting to see what exactly is going on here. Okay, we're gonna have to do a complete 180-degree pivot. I didn't even get to North Korea, and I didn't even get to RuneScape. By the way, did you guys see that AI RuneScape thing? The guy who made it is coming on stream tomorrow, which is gonna be pretty fun. If I turn this segment into YouTube video like Big A, you copy striking me. And if you can figure out how to get that video into 300K Big A video, I would hire you, not copyright strike you. I might send Flock on your ass, but I would hire you if you could solve that. All right, we got a lot to talk about. We're gonna do a complete pivot. We are going to talk about stock market, stocks, AI trade. And then after our first 30 minutes, we have a lot of on-chain. We have a lot of on-chain to get through. Pre-market is pretty good. The coins look decent. Bitcoin, the weekly does not, but the daily looks decent. Hype looks amazing. Pump Fund is back from the dead because it loves me. Solana not doing much. Zcash looks great. And then everything related to stocks right now is up a considerable amount. So we have a lot of stories. We have a lot to get into. We have a lot to cover in the stock market up in 3 minutes. I'm going to get up really quick. Wow, that was kind of got derailed on that segment, but I really enjoyed that. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. And when I come back, we'll do stock market open. BRB. In the morning, Addy hitting a TC throws on Kodak, swear it's like a bean in the club. No flocking, bro. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let us get it, baby. All right, stock market opens in 17 seconds. As always, stock market open is powered by Phantom. It's powered by Phantom because anything you see in this segment, any stock, any coin, any asset, anything you want to buy or sell or hold during this segment, you can do it with Phantom. Phantom, we love you. Market open, twitch.tv/threadguy. And on that note, the stock market is officially right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let us get it. The SPX officially opens flat, up 0.04%. It's $7,789.05. The Kospi was up 2.42% in its trading session. The NASDAQ 100, that is up 0.1. Kind of a weird day. The Dow is down 0.27. Photonics, the NeoCloud ETF is up 0.3. The Photonics ETF is up 4%. Mags flip red. DRAM is up 5. Soxo is up 5. Software is down 0.6. The regular SOX is up 1. I might just delete the regular SOX. Are you down? I usually just do the SOX sold. Let's just delete regular SOX. Fuck that. SOX sold, the 3x leverage SOX, that is up 4.5%, and the Qs are up 0.37. IBB is flat, and let's move TradingView over here. Crypto, Bitcoin, $63,500. It's green in the open. You know it doesn't matter until about 10:30. There is a chance, ladies and gentlemen, that this thing breaks up. It doesn't feel great, but there is a chance that this thing breaks up. Now, if I were to show you this chart inverted, would you long this? Would you long this chart? Yes or no? Because it's hard to argue no. You could maybe get a little toppy action here, a little head and shoulders to the downside here. But it's a pretty scary chart, man. I can't lie with Bitcoin. I don't have any. ETH is green. That's up 1.5% to 1900. Hype looks amazing. 59.3. Shout out to Rectal Pocket, aka Rectal Glizzy on Hyperlink. That's up 4%. Lighter is also up 4%. Pump Fun, which we will spend some time on soon, is making me happy. That is up 9%, the biggest gainer. Per dat, oh God, Walter Bloomberg, what do you got? Shein IPO value plunges to $25 billion. Wow. Targeting a valuation of $25 to $28 billion for its upcoming Hong Kong IPO, down sharply from $98 billion in 2022. I wonder why. We could talk about this in a little bit with Shein. I'll get there. Per is up 6%. Stanley Druckenmiller is twapping it, which is very interesting. We know about Druck. Silver's up 1%. Sol 75, doesn't move. Stretches 95. Yields are up across the board. The VIX is up 6. VVV is up 3. Gold is up 0.3. Copper is flat. And Zcash is up 5. Oil looks kind of scary again. I don't know. It looks semi-scary again as it relates to oil. Crude is up 0.6. Brent is up 0.15. The 2-month ceasefire thing has like ended or whatever. 2-month ultimatum. Trump just said, okay, it's over and nothing. I don't know where we're at with the war and oil stuff. I'm going to just be completely honest, but maybe we'll get there in a little bit. Defense is all red. Palantir's down 1. Northrop's down 1. Lockheed's down 0.3. And Raytheon is flat on the day. All right. Big semis, big AI, big space. Biggest gainer on the daily is Cerebras. We're now 3 minutes into open. Cerebras is the biggest gainer today. That is up 7.8%. SanDisk as well. Memory is hot. SanDisk is 7. Now look at daily at SanDisk. Pretty good here. It's up 5.3% on SanDisk. Marvell is up 5. That's at 235. Micron's up 4. Officially back above 1,000. Let's see if it can hold. SK Hynix ADR is up 4. Bloom Energy is up 3. Look at high time frame Bloom. This Leopold 13F is gonna hurt. Not for me, but for him. Rocket Lab's up 3.6. Light, which we've added, Lumentum for our friend Diligent Plane, is up what? 2%. SpaceX 141. RoboStrategy is green. ASTS is green. ASML is up 1. Redwire is up 1. Apple is flat. Nvidia is flat. 225. What do you think about this Nvidia chart? Are we long or short here on Nvidia? Wait, let's see. What did that just? I don't want that. What do we think of this chart? It's an interesting one. You hope it holds. You hope it goes up. Ideally, you kind of need to see this thing go up, but we'll see. Jensen dropped a new article this AM. What time would that be at? Jensen Huang. 55 minutes ago. Okay, cool. Thank you. Do we need to read it right now? Is it super important? Firefly's up 1. Intel is back above 100. Amazon's down 0.5. Netflix is down 0.3. Google is red. QCOM is down 1.5. Hyperscaler is kind of getting cooked today. Oracle down 1. Microsoft down 1. Tesla down 1. IBM down 1. Meta down 2. Dell down 2. Shaw's down 3. Thanks, Luke. Here they go. Dell down 1.5. Cloudflare down 1. Space industry about to take off 2027. Let's see what SpaceX looks. Looks pretty fucking good. It looks pretty. D-Nat, do you have that sheet for next unlocks for SpaceX? I would like to see it. Checking in. Wow, Bitcoin is strong. I know it doesn't really matter because it's 9:36 a.m., but BTC is strong and Pump is incredibly strong. Hyperliquid as well looks really, really good. Look at Bitcoin, 63.6. I think we're going to get a direction pick some point soon. Rasmus sold all of his hype. Whoa. Why? Rasmus, I have this on the docket for today. Today. You sold all your hype. Maybe is that call-in worthy? What's final P&L on that? What's final P&L on that? If you want to say. Bitcoin good, ETH pretty good as well. What's final P&L on that? Like, we're gonna test 70K, like plus 350. Wow. Hey, W Rasmer, man. Give that brother. You know what he's going to do? He's going to take all that profit. He's going to shove it into FWA. That's my World Series of Poker champion right fucking there. Okay? That's my World Series of Poker champion doing what he does best. DRAM up 5. Up 5. Soxel up 4. And the SPY is red. Bizarre. When did we see that? All right. NeoClouds, SAS, everything in between. Circle is up 4%. Whoa. Polymarket. Buy FWA, bro. Clarity Act. Is it green? No, it's not really green, but Circle is. That's weird. Every time you see Circle green, you know some weird shit's going on. SoFi's up 3, MSTR is up 3, DraftKings up 1.5, Figma up 1, Coinbase up 1.5, Hood up 1, Uber up 1. Hey, look at Circle go, man. 4% on the daily. Is Bitcoin just going with it? Kinda. Circle up 4. Uber is up 0.8. They made an announcement today on news that they are going to see drones accelerating the growth of Uber Eats. Uber and Zipline target 1 million drone deliveries per day by the end of 2029. Uber CEO expects to deliver orders faster over longer distances with drones. Uber to invest in Zipline. Whatever they do, it cannot be worse than those fucking Coco robots, bro. Maybe the worst invention in the history of technology. What is Zipline delivery? If you're on YouTube or Twitter, you want to chat, Twitch TV stars threadguy. Wait, let's peep this real quick. Quick watch. Uber. We're gonna look at 13F soon. Everyone's buying. What? Wait. What the fuck is this? I'm sorry, what? What happens if I shoot one? Dude, that's crazy. They're gonna use your Ring camera and flock cameras and your phone surveillance to tap in and make sure that that is on target. Is that happening? Is this a thing that's going on? By the way, Tulip King, if you're here, remember how we did this discussion that Chili's in Cheesecake Factory are going up because they're cheaper than fucking buying Chipotle burrito? That's why. It's because they're sending a fucking drone to deliver it. That's why. It's cheaper than a fucking Chipotle burrito. Unity is up 0.2 on news that Gavin Baker has bought $400 million of it. Ferrari, that is up 0.77% in this bizarre turn of events that Ferrari's first all-electric vehicle, the first one ever, the Lucy, sold for $40 million at auction. $40 million for the first one. Who bought it? I thought to myself, well, question no more, because none other than unknown billionaire is the purchaser. Allegedly made $4.6 billion fortune as a retail investor. Herbert Worthium, the greatest retail investor to ever live. He bought Apple in the 1980 IPO, Microsoft in the 1986 IPO, then Hiko when traded low as 33 cents. Bro, imagine being born in the era of housing market up only in the Apple and Microsoft IPO. Insane. Forbes found him at $2.3 billion. They now estimate he's worth $4.6. He's 87. His name is in FIU in Florida. And he just purchased the first ever Ferrari EV for $40 million fucking dollars. A year after last year, he bought Ferrari Custom Daytona SP3. Let's see. He bought this thing for 26 mil, bro. Yeah, this is the guy. Crazy. Anyways, Ferrari's up 0.6, I guess, on the news. DoorDash is red. Hims is down 1%. Take-Two Interactive. It's a stable coin, brother. Flat. Eli Lilly down 1. Airbnb down 1. Nike down 1. Oh, I actually have a thought about Nike, by the way. Remind me. We'll get to it at the end. StubHub. 7.5% red. 7.5. 7.5% red, baby. 7.5 red. Fuck this company, man. The worst company ever. 7.5% red, brother. Send it to zero. This scam criminal company. Look at this high time frame. Look at this high time frame. Scam criminal organization, StubHub. Look at this thing. I'm hate watching like Dylan Brooks, bro. I'm hate watching this criminal organization like Dylan fucking Brooks. StubHub down 8, and then AMC, before we get back to AI stocks, is where? Where's AMC? 246. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, where's the court side, bro? Yeah, right here. This how I'm pulling up to the StubHub fucking funeral, man. All right, let's go back. Let's see where we're at. DRAM is up 5. This is a weird day. Frank, do you think they're going to nuke my Cerebrus again? DRAM is up 5.5. Soxo is up 5. IGV's down 1.5. Mags are down 1. The SPY is red. And the Qs are about to go red. NASDAQ is red. Bizarre day so far, honestly. Where's Cerebrus? Wow. I mean, it just swallowed that earnings dump. The first electric car of a company is like an investment for sure, long term. Bro, that's not like buying the first iPhone. That's like, it's a $600,000 car. There's no, I don't know about that. Cerebrus hot time looks insane. Let's see where we're at. Biggest gain. Let's check crypto first. Bitcoin 50 or 63.6. It looks decent. I mean, what's the first electric car? First popular electric car. We're gonna have 50K viewers top of the cycle. I know. The Detroit Electric, 1907. Wait, what? What? Wait, what are you talking about? 1907? What? When was the Model T invented? That's not what I was looking for. 19. Okay, wait. Wait. Wait a second. You're telling me that they had an electric car before the fucking Model T? What? Electric cars were invented before gas? Yes. They've been built decades. Small electric models and crude carriages appeared in the 1830s. Small electric car. Well, the first modern gasoline car was built in 1886. Who the fuck knew that? That is nuts. Big gas took him out back. Anyways, Bitcoin 63.5, ETH holding 1900, Hype holding 59, and Pump Fund is just the best looking chart in all of crypto. I don't know what to tell you. Does it deserve to go up? Not necessarily, but does it deserve to go any lower? I can't really say that it does. EA. Isn't EA like Electronic Arts or like Energy Absolute? Why does it look like this? It's private now, right? EA goes private. Yeah, completed a $55 billion take private acquisition on August 4th. No way. Led by Jared Kushner. Seriously, man? Led by Jared Kushner? They're just... Dude, these fucking... They're just buying everything. They're buying literally everything. The Lakers, they own everything. All above board with Kushner, don't look into it. All right. Cerebus now 15. Marvell 6. Micron 4. Micron's holding 1,000. SanDisk is holding 1,750. Lumentum is up 2. Okay, that our boy Diligent Plane is hot. He's rich today. He's very rich today. Bitcoin 63.5. Let's check in on chain where we're at, and then we'll do what is everyone holding, and then we're gonna get some crypto stuff. FWA 25.7 looks nuts. Ansem, oh my god, looks good. You know, I made this comment in my pit the other day, in our pit, and said, unironically, Cash Cat going really high would solve some problems. What I actually meant was Ansem going really high would solve some problems. Yeah, Ansem finna bust. It's crazy. That chunk looks like it wants to bust. Cards looks decent. Not bad. We're gonna get to it. Mr. Frankie. We're almost there. The star of the show. Stonk 8 mil. Let me just go through the existing watch list. Stonk Broker. I was so interested in this from day one. Missed the whole pump, but Mars Coin 40. Cash Cat 105. Raspberry backwards is Ansem. I actually had to look into that. And then the big bull. Look at this thing, dude. Holy fuck. Look at this thing. 42 mil on BNB. Is Pancake Swap pumping on this or no? I know it's a mid-curve ass take, but I'm just curious. Pancake. Not really. Yeah, kind of. Not really. No, not really. But this is a fucking monster, man. Absolute monster. 42 mil. It's done $22 million of 24-hour volume, which is insane. The Chinese bull. And then what's the other one? Cat. What was the base thing called? Leave it to base. It ends the same way every time. What's it called? Cat something. Base cat. Base cat is at 13 mil. It doesn't look awful. Gotta mention QWERTY. We'll go through it. I wanna watch your on-chain video and talk about on-chain when I get there in a minute. But all right, let's finish with stock market open. We're 20 minutes into it, and I want to look at some more tickers. So as it relates to stocks, which are really hot, man, there's some spots that are hot, especially DRAM, 6%. You already know what I would like to know. What are you buying? What are you selling? What do you like? What do you hate? What did you exit in profit? What did you exit in a loss? What would you like to enter? What would you like to exit? What do you have a price target for? What do you have a price exit for? What do you got? Selling Nebius for RAM. SpaceX since 110. What is Nebius? Did we skip Nebius? Did I just miss it completely? It's down 1.5% today. Intel 110. Long Brent since 80. On Hyperliquid or what? Long Brent since 80. Nice trade. Apple and IBB as always. On the prowl for a special situation. What's the IBB doing? Kind of boring, right? Lily's red. I can't imagine it's green. Oh, it is green. It's up 1%. Nice. Nice. Benson's 185, but memory is going to be moving. Reddit getting smacked today, though. Alibaba's agreed to sell its video game business worth at least 1.5 billion. What is in the video game business? Baba video game business. Selling its video games has to be Linkshi Games. What is that? What has Linkshi Games made? Yeah, every company is selling off their video games department. Three Kingdoms Strategy Edition. Never heard of it. Three Kingdoms Fantasyland. Royon. Never heard of it. Travel Frog. The China Journey. Never heard of it. Land of the Wind. Never heard of it. Never heard of any of these games. Three Kingdoms Strategy Edition. Didn't Microsoft sell off Xbox too? Where's FT selling Xbox? Leadership has reportedly evaluated long-term strategic alternatives for the gaming division, including potential spin-off into a separately whole-owned subsidiary or a joint venture. No, they didn't actually do it though. Did Sony sell PlayStation? I don't think so. Yes. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Oh, quick side note. Tell me if this is the most retarded thing you've ever heard in your life. Also, if you're on YouTube, Twitter, you want to chat, Twitch TV, guy. I saw this thread about how everyone is freaking out about the digital ownership thing, where like Xbox and PlayStation don't even sell physical discs anymore. You just basically like license the games out, and they're revoking ownership from everybody. Like you're losing access to these games. You have to buy them again. Everybody hates this digital ownership thing. It's also happening with like Amazon Prime and movies, and you're just like losing the license. And I saw this like backwinded take that this is a reverse bull case for NFTs. Whoa. Because everyone's about to learn you own nothing. You rent everything. You own nothing. And public immutable ownership token on a ledger in perpetuity is kind of interesting. Kind of an interesting thought. Kind of interesting. Maybe we'll do a DNAP. Let's do it tomorrow. PlayStation just like revoking ownership. Let's do that tomorrow. I like that as a segment, but I'm seeing it everywhere. People are freaking out about this. They're freaking out about this. PlayStation's like taking their shit. Like, yeah. So we'll see. I'm not pulling that tweet up. We'll see. I like it. I think it's an interesting concept. Okay, what else do we got? Yeah, SPX Red. It's been a while since we've read that. It took my Samurai Jack. Could we go back to flock cameras? I mean, bro, it's crazy. It's like they're pulling ownership of your games. Criminal as fuck. They're gonna okay. You're gonna rent your PlayStation games. You're gonna rent your iPhone. Your car is gonna be on a lease, and if you forget to pay your lease, it's gonna drive itself back to the dealership. If you have the money and you spend it on something else, it's gonna know because there's a flock camera outside of your house, and they control the Ring camera. It's like they double the money supply every fucking year. It's crazy. It's insane. It's nuts. And though you found out about your girlfriend cheating on you because the HOA was like stalking her car and figured out she was driving to her ex-boyfriend's house. It's pretty nuts. Thoughts on gold medals right now? I like it, but I'm a Bitcoin bull, but I think gold's an interesting spot. Bitcoin 63.5. Pump looks great. Hype looks great. Any other alts worth mentioning before we move on here? Tau and Tibber. Oh yeah, Tibber did break out. Tree was up 13. Let's see. Biggest gainers is Pump. Oh, Chip is interesting, by the way. Becoming in, there's a lot of discourse on GPU markets from Jensen, I think. All In was talking about this, no? Wasn't All In talking about this? Is there an All In clip about? Do we have one about this? What do you have, Frank? Stop. Did you read Justice letter or not? It came out when I was live.
Actually, what do you guys do?
Nah. Me?
Wait, what did you do?
Nah, I do like meme coin shit.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes,
do
I
you
do.
actually do meme coin?
Yeah, what?
Is that
Do you actually do meme coin? Is crazy. Is that like a flex?
meme coins?
Yeah,
Babe,
wait.
You are the meme.
No. I like to trick on girl. Wait, where you from?
Do I have to finish this?
Vegas.
You live in Vegas right now? Like right now?
Yes.
You in
Where
Vegas?
are you from?
I'm from Taiwan.
Oh, Taiwan. And you live there right now too?
Nah, I live in Atlanta.
Where? Atlanta?
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta?
Yeah.
Oh, nah, baby.
Yeah.
Ray run TikTok live acting like he's, quote, kimchi. By telling girls he's a meme coin trader to rizz them up. Crying emoji. Eye emoji. Why'd you make us watch this? I don't know. But, okay, D-Nap, tomorrow we'll do the digital thing, but we should also do this compute markets. Because, I don't know, Chip is interesting. Do you see where this is going? Orangey, bro, come on. The compute markets thing is very interesting. Chip is up 8. Zcash is up 6. Layer 0 doesn't look good though. Syrup looks decent. Cheeto's up 3. It's breaking out of the elephant pattern potentially. It's not quite there yet, but you could see it getting there. Aerodrome is up 3. Near is up 3. VV is up 3. Lighter is up 3. Dude, Orangey came in here shilling fucking Pipple coin. I dogged him out. Pause. That shit fucking made me so mad. Get this the fuck out of here, man. Get this out of here, dude. You should quote tweet that clip and then post the chart. Get that shit out of here, man. XPL is up 2. Farcoin's up 1. Jupiter's up 1. Nothing else really worth covering. How'd you make your money? Some crypto scam. How'd you make your money? Some crypto scam. Yeah. It's like so classic. All right. That is market open. Kind of a fucking boring ass market open. I don't know. Deep memory and semis are moving though. Everything else is a little bit Cerebus 14.5 is nice. I guess I just don't hold it. What up, there, guy? Oh, Reddit. Someone said Reddit. It got included in the S&P 500 a couple days ago, but there was this whole thread about how Reddit getting included is bearish. I don't know if you saw that, Mr. Knapp, but I don't know where it was like this long analysis thing, but it was interesting. It was very interesting. And it's down 4% since SpaceX 150. Let's see. 147. It looks pretty strong. It's up 6% today. It's nice. Anything else? Bloom's up 5. I'm surprised that NeoClouds are red. Intel's up 1. Nvidia's up 1. Biggest loser is Oracle. Cursed name. It's really, I think SpaceX and Cerebus are the story of today. Memory is strong. Micron really holding 1,000. I mean, look how close it is to ATH, man. Micron is like only 17% now off ATH. At one point, it was as low as 40%. I guess let's check it on Oracle real quick. It's been a while. How's that that brother doing? Oh man. God damn. This is now minus 14 mil. And he's short. Where's you have Flood's wallet? He's short hype from 53. Man. Spot and Perp's all-time position is down 21 mil. At top, it was up 42. I know he has multiple wallets, but that is pretty bad. Flood is still short. Cash Cat up 100K. And he's long BTC, which is looking better. Well, he's short on another wallet too. Jeez. And that is down 100K. The market is just the most humbling being ever, man. Wow. That is brutal. The Loracle. I feel like we watched the whole thing unfold. All right. Let us change gears. And yeah, perps can get you. You know, perps aren't inherently bad, but leverage can get you, man. Let's change gears and let's talk about on-chain a little bit because there's actually some stuff to talk about today. First and foremost, I think we didn't stream since the Gunna Kimchi thing. What do y'all think they talked about, man? You know what's crazy? This take got so spammed. This celebrity trading thing, I can't say it anymore. I said my piece on it, I think. I've said my piece. I don't think I could say it out loud anymore. I really don't. It's over. I can't say the take anymore. I'm going to be completely honest. Y'all, look here. All you have to know. What just happened? What the fuck just happened? Luke? 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 What the fuck just Okay. Okay. Okay, thanks. Anyways, I can't say the take anymore. I think it's complete. I think the take is kind of fried, but you know you were early to it. You know you were early to it. You know I got it now. Lock it. You got it. You got it. You can lock it. You can lock it. Everything you say on stream becomes the main CT storyline within 2 days. It feels like there's been a decent amount of takes that we've had relatively early on this stream that have come true. Now, anyways, on this segment, I do kind of want to watch this, though. I want to watch this. Razmer posted a video, and Razmer's on a sun run right now. 5 things I wish I knew before trading meme coins. Learn from my mistakes. We'll watch it 1.5, but I want to skim this, and then I want to talk about what's evolved on chain the past couple days.
I'm going to give you the 5 biggest mistakes I learned not to make so that you don't make them.
Also, the plumber storyline was so awesome. Also, bro, the flow horse DM me, and I can't talk shit about him anymore. So I guess truce on the horse, man.
As you can see here, I am up 285,000 in the last 30 days on FOMO. You can follow me just in case you didn't believe me when I said I have actually learned a lot about how to be good at this. So let's get right into it. Rule number 1, do not buy beta coins. This is Plumber. Plumber was a viral trend on crypto Twitter for about a day, and everybody started trading the coins. Some people made a lot of money. They bought low at 100K, and they held it all the way up to 4 million where they were able to sell. Now, I was streaming when this was all going on, and somebody in my chat said, if Plumber goes to 20 mil, then you should buy Plunger, because Plunger is going to go way higher. And this is what we call a beta coin. This is what we call a derivative. Here it is. So this is Plunger. As you can see, the chart looks very similar, but instead of peaking at 4 million, this thing peaked at 30K. And a lot of people enter meme coins because they want to make a quick bag. So I get it. You want to buy the derivative coin, right? If Plumber is the main coin, what does a plumber use? A plunger. So if Plumber's the main coin and it's at 4 mil, then you think Plunger should go to 1 mil or something, right? You think you can buy it earlier and then get a higher multiple and sell. But that is the wrong way to think about trading. Betas are terrible. They never work out, or extremely rarely. And the reason is there's always one main runner for a narrative. So when Plumber was the primary narrative and that token was running, that token was getting majority of the volume and the majority of the attention. Now, a plumber does use a plunger, but a plumber also uses a pipe, and a plumber also uses a toolkit, and actually...
First time I ever got cucked by a beta, by the way, was when Pepe first came out, and it was already like 100 mil, and I was like, nah, it's too late. I'm going to buy Wojak. Brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal.
Mario is a plumber, so we could send Mario coins. Do you get what I'm saying? One main narrative of a plumber can create 10 or 100 derivatives. For your plunger to go up, plumber has to go up, and then plunger has to win the battle between all the other derivatives that come out of that. I hope this is making sense to you guys. But basically, don't buy betas and don't buy
Imagine like explaining this to someone who's never traded before.
derivatives. I hope I explained it well enough. That is the single biggest mistake I see people making. It's the easiest way to lose money. Do not buy derivatives. Do not buy beta coins. Mistake number 2, do not copy trade. Obviously, you want to look at wallets and see who's in a token and gather information, but who is in a token should simply be a data point that you are using to measure if it's a good buy, if you're early, if you're late. That's a data point. It is not something.
The main tool a plumber uses is a plunger.
You should follow. You will not make money just copy trading, okay? And this is the example I want to use here. Today, we have
I've never traded crypto. This shit sounds like Chinese.
at Grox live on stream. I was watching this happen. This thing went nowhere. It was a whole lot of nothing. And then some very highly tracked wallets on FOMO bought. And so because of that, when someone high profile buys, it gets advertised or marketed. It gets shown to everybody following them. That doesn't mean that the token of the narrative suddenly became good. This narrative sucked. And a bunch of people piled in with followings. And then they got rinsed. Even the people with followings got rinsed. And actually everyone got rinsed. This narrative went all the way down. And so there's a right way to think about trading when it comes to copy trading, when it comes to signal. And what you want to look for is who is in a token, how much they have, when they bought, how up they are. These are data points that you are receiving, right? It's
Imagine showing this with McDonald's Sprite to someone from an uncontacted tribe and giving them like $100 in a phantom wallet.
not, I'm going to copy trade. He bought, let me buy it really quick so that I could sell because he bought. That's not how this works. Okay, that's not how this works. And actually, most people that are copy trading are just getting rinsed. They're just getting rinsed. In the chart 4 are about X, right? You got to think because 3 anywhere. Do not rush. Guys, the blockchain lasts forever. It's not going anywhere. Find a fear that is efficient. Okay, check this out. Look at how this chart ended up playing out. A lot of people got FOMO. They got the fear of missing out when
This is a crazy one. Really, this is a crazy one that this chart looks like this. Cash Cat. It looks pretty bad now since the time of recording this video. But that one really came back from the fucking dead, huh?
this token was all the way up here, right? They were all the way up here and they rushed into it and they bought it because they thought they were going to miss out. And what happens? Token goes all the way down and they probably sold down here. How many people sold down here, right? And they didn't have the patience to sit through this and go up. Now, I don't want you guys buying up here on the left. I don't. I want you waiting. I want you being patient. And when it dips all the way down here and when you see a steady chart, let me clear this up for you guys.
I'm just like never, ever a like DCA meme coin guy. Like, I don't think that is a thing I'll ever be able to do. I'm really not a great meme coin trader at all. I'm decent at on-chain, cool on-chain coin. And then the majority of the money I've found myself making recently have been like good alt. Like, I've made most of my money on perps recently. I am not good at meme coin narrative. I'm really just not. The DCA a meme coin thing. Like, I think if you were buying Cash Cat at 40 million, you're nuts. Honestly, I think you're nuts. GG on the trade. I think it was nuts. No more GOAT. GOAT counts as a cool new thing to me. Even though I lost $1 million.
It's when you can have time to evaluate the narrative and think about if you actually think this is a good.
Your two biggest trades ever were memes. They were, but not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the thing. Not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, though. By a significant margin. Like, there was 2 outliers. One of them I held for a year. Like, honestly, like, Mog was cool new, low-key counted as cool new thing because it was pre-pump. So, like, meme coins weren't really a thing. They weren't not a thing, but they weren't consensus. And then Trump was a meme, yeah. But that was still more like cool new thing. I'm really bad at new viral narrative. You know, it's not really like how high can Jimothy go is not really something that I'm able to compute very well. How high do I think like an FWA type of thing could go? I think I'm better at computing. We'll see how it plays though. But yeah, that's fair. My two biggest trades were memes, but 3, 4, and 5 were not. Yeah, 3, 4, and 5 were not. 3, 4, and 5 were like 3, 4, and 5 is 3, 4, 5, 6 is Zcash pump, Zcash pump. They're really gonna let me do it again. It's crazy. I can't believe it.
Purchase. And if it is, and if you see catalysts, and if the narrative is strong, you will eventually get rewarded. But don't do this top blasting thing when you're buying a coin with a chart that looks like this. I mean, look at this, right? For example, when this coin was all-time high, this is what the chart looked like. Just zoom out. So like you have to keep in mind, like there was no dips. Like look at the right? This was the whole chart at the time. There was no.
I was in here when you talked about Zcash at 90. OG, brother, I love you.
dips. So are you buying a chart that's up only? No, you need to be patient. You need to find out where people are selling and where it consolidates and figure out where that bottom bid is, because that's where you get the highest returns. And if you bid something at the lows where people are accumulating, there's just less downside, right? Like if you look here at 40 mil,
I'm not an accumulate memes at the low kind of guy. Like, who's doing that successfully? There's not that many people that are really doing that. You got to be fucking like Jack Surveiller buying FWA at 5. That's a freak play. I like that. I like that. Zcash short was fucking legendary. My first real crypto trade, all because I was in stream. Movie. I was here when he talked about GOAT going to 5 billion. Yeah. If anyone has like a sick DCA meme coin trade, send me your wallet. I would like to do some wallet looks.
Downside was 0, but up here at 220, the downside was 0. There's far less downside here, but even more upsides. You want to buy in the narratives that have juice and have legs and have potential for future catalysts. We're going to talk more about catalyst-based trading and what that means on my stream and in future videos, but this is what we do here. Catalyst-based, trying to take those number for the last tip, or do not over-invest. Now, this tip goes hand in hand with the last.
This one I completely ignore.
Tip, which is don't get too stretched. Probably able to turn 5K into 350K. But if you're learning and trying things and making mistakes, I'm going to put cat right. Let's say cash in narrative, right? CEO, do not, or even at a night which I enjoy professional. Next trade will come. As always, always, always. Don't be in a rush. Don't overinvest. Build your probably in the green. Always be selling. I want you.
This is my favorite flood. Oh, ABS.
To always be selling. Okay, this is the number one tip that I always say on my stream. Everybody's gonna get annoyed. Rasmus's always saying always be selling. I just want to show you guys this chart. Okay, this was a trade that I believe I made $28,000 on. One of my better trades. And what I did here is I bought and then I sold some here. And then
my best executed trades ever is oh fuck. Let me see if I can find it. Not the right guy. Don't look. Both of them I just sold the whole way up, dude. Wait, let me ask Grok. Let me see if Grok can find it. Grok. How do you even find Grok on this? Super Grok. I am not thread guy. I have this thread from late 2025 that is a bunch of tweets of me updating my Zcash trade. Can you find it? If you could find this, that would be so clutch. If it could find it, always be selling is so good. If a Grok could find shit like this, it's actually a useful product. If it can't, it's kind of useless. Let's see. But I want to show you what I did to this chart. I only copy trade thread guy. I did like devious things to this chart. I'm not gonna lie. Trade strategy. Is it? Yes. Oh my god. Watch this. Grok is awesome. Wait, let me see. Look what I did to this chart. Look at what I did to this chart, bro. Look at what I did to this thing. Just annihilated it, bro. Every top. Sell. Annihilated it, brother. Fucking annihilated it. Look at this. 239 to 708 last tick. It was nuts. This move was insane. Look at this Zcash move. It was fucking insane. P&L, I think it was like 200K. I don't remember the exact number. But the thing about it is the whole move up, it was minus 580% funding. 500 minus 500. I'm getting paid. Like I got paid like 10K in funding to be long Zcash. While it had the craziest move of all time. It was after 1010 I bought it. I said, probably don't look. I still believe this to be true. Twitter is extremely counterproductive when the market is euphoric, pumping, or panic dumping. It's noise and there's nothing valuable. Right now is one of those times. I choose to believe the Bitcoin gold catch-up trade. That was wrong. Because the upside for me is 100x higher than the downside. If we slice through 100K and I'm wrong, then fuck it, I'm wrong. We did. If we don't, then I'm rich. But nothing has changed for my thought process other than the price is bad. Caught a knife that was falling really hard and is sharp and is scary. And did I mention falling really hard? It was Zcash. I'm going to bed. See you on stream tomorrow and good luck. Cycle isn't over because I haven't made enough money yet. If I die, let me die long and bullish. Michael bury a hoe. And then we just start fucking going. going, 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 going. I have one more just for the sake of this always be selling thing. Wow. I did the same thing with pump. Can you find it? If I die, I remember all that. Yeah, we were streaming the whole thing. It was lit. We've had some lit. We have like stream lore now. We've been doing it for long enough. By the way, y'all think I have streamer vocal fry or no? Okay. This worked for me. 500K views. Instead of selling my pump position like below 1 billion like I swore I would, I'm adding to it. It can't possibly get worse. GOAT mode. If you remember, if anyone here knows the lore, I lost $1 million on GOAT. And this is the thread. It just started going. 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 How the chart looks at you when the daily's about to top resistance for the third time. Going. 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 The trade's about to save my career. Nobody say anything. GOAT mode. Going, 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 going. Bitcoin was 111K at the time, bro. What happens when Kyle Samani gets on CNBC and says Seoul will flip the GDP of the United States? Never mind, Kyle. You good? I got it. Going. Still haven't sold any. Going. How blasting ATH resistance looks after swearing you to sell 25% of the position while Sol breaks out and is actively getting swapped with $10 billion of new DAT buy pressure. This is when Kyle Samani was twapping Sol. Going. Going. Go. Sold 20% so I could breathe. Going, 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 going. Still, this is still true, by the way. Everyone's losing their minds over the trenches while Pump is 5% off ATH. Nobody holds good coins. Nobody holds Pump. On-chain is back, but only in the best coins. Burn meme scope and own the casino. Things never change. Going, 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 going. And then final chart art. The real sells were here. This was 10-10. I panicked a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I panicked a little bit right here. I was in the bathroom of a lunch restaurant, just like slamming cells. I panicked a little bit on this, but this was the main exits. And then I had taxes money in that I fucked here. Anyways, point being, ABS is great advice. And those exact trades are coming in your future, my friends. I really believe it. I really believe it. 10-10 was crazy. That was so terrifying. Anyway, 63.6. We're just checking on majors real quick. DRAM up 6. Stocks up 5. IGV's and SPY's now down 0.1. Hey, Luke was there when my net worth was getting destroyed. I forgot. All right. So checking it on chain, we did the Rasmer video. Wait, let me check Ansem Coin by the way one more time because I think this is wow. Whoa. Wow. $270 million on Ansem. This thing is going to go so high, dude. I think it is. I think it's going to go so high. Where's Pump? It looks green. Wow. Could have DCA'd that one. Yeah, you fucking could have. Everything else is like 13. The Bull, 41. Cash Cat, 102. FWA, 27. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So you still have no position in Ansem. If so, why not? Okay, you tell me about this. You tell me. Grindr CEO reveals the stock trades at 25% discount because straight portfolio managers are reluctant to pitch it. I mean, it's a rough pitch. I'm not straight up. It's a tough one to pitch. You would tell me on the Ansem thing. Like, the problem is I'm so overweight pump fun that it's like, to get a meaningful position in Ansem at this point, my whole net worth would be in Ansem and pump. And I sort of just like took the stance that I think pump has more, like if Ansem goes really high, then the money flows to pump. But then if it doesn't go really high, even though I think it will, pump can still go really high. And I sort of just like went back and forth on this, back and forth on this, back and forth on this. And then I don't know, landed on like an irresponsibly large amount of pump fun. And that's kind of like where I'm at the moment. So I don't know if that's like the wrong idea, but that's what I got to. And speaking of on chain, let us talk about the bull. Okay. So this video came out. Coins at 41 mil. This video came out from the Shanghai Daily that this 2026 Chinese animated film set the year's lowest theatrical gross. I don't know. I mean, how is it not 0? Some viewers said it was even worse than amateur AI generated clips. This is the video. And then, can we watch the whole thing? And then there's this clip. Smiley Capital! Thank you for the 10 gifted. Wait, the turn is hilarious, bro. Bro, the story's... What's the story? I'm gonna be honest. The art is sick. I actually think it looks sick. This is a weird cut. Okay, so this thing comes out, and then it just goes like generationally viral. I can't read any of these tweets that we have, DNAP. I can't read any of these tweets. A terrible Chinese CGI film about a man and his mom has become a film with the highest return on investment in Chinese film history. In a world of AI slop, Chinese moviegoers are supporting the film and having a much-needed laugh at the same time. Right here. It looks pretty sick. What is that, bird? Don't speed it up. All right, fine. We'll watch it. So it's 1 minute. Yeah, this is like 15 minutes after taking a tab at a party. Dude, it's not that funny. It's not that funny, guys. It's not that funny, bro. I can't find it. Fuck my life. Whatever. It's not that funny, bro. They barely laughing at nothing. It is how Frank laughing at 1 mil entry, bro.
我的孩子，你来了。
抖音。
What is this? New lie. Took 6 years to produce with expected return on investment of 5,700%. Far exceeding the that's the name. 1,500%. Bro, they've probably made ungodly amounts of money. And so I was in chat yesterday and I was seeing Frank posting this. He said, I lost the message. But they were pumping random stocks in China that had the name Bull in them. Do you have a ticker name, Frank? Let's take a look at the chart real quick. Give a ticker name. I saw you, there was one of them. I had one of them saved, but I lost it. I had a ticker. Let me see. China Bull stock. No. Let's try GPT maybe. Generic chemicals. Yeah, this was it, I think. New means bull. China stock. Let's see. Means bull or ox. Yeah, it was pretty electric. I don't know. We were looking at a couple of these like Chinese tickers that had the word bull in them. And they were just like limit buying these as like a meme. So anyways, this thing at current price is 41M, bro. Gross. It top ticked 48 and it's in $21 million of volume in the last 24 hours. 2.8 in the last 6. So chat, does anyone hold this? Yes or no? Does anyone hold this? Dude, I think DNAP, I think you sent this in our company chat at like 50K, 100K maybe. Friday night. I think it was Friday night, right? I think it was Friday night. You sent it like dumb early. It was pretty nuts. I was just geeking at the video. I was not paying any attention. Corey's up 900K. Which is the actual P&L? Is it 900K right now? Frank is up a lot too, I think. I don't have my phone out. I quick scalped the instant for 50% gain. Congrats. It's a nice trade. Cordy was up something stupid on it. He's also down a lot on Cash Cat. But he was up something stupid. I think Rowdy's public wallet is up something stupid too. Didn't even think to buy, just sent it for the love of the game. Yeah, you did just send it for the love of the game. Also, I paid no attention to this because I just cannot be bothered, even though it was probably a good trade. That there was some drama in the base on chain. And we're gonna do 13Fs in a minute. There's some drama in base on chain. I didn't do Stripe yet, no. That there was the I don't even have the full story. Did anyone trade this? Base cat? I was playing Power World last night. I'm just gonna be completely honest. Branded 20 mil after Kobe followed it. Got flushed to 4 mil when he followed another project. So Kobe follows it. It goes crazy. He follows somebody else. It gets destroyed. Then the base app is like using it in the Cash Cat soft shill way to advertise on-chain trading of the base app. So like a couple people from the base team are posting about it. Base app follows it. And then we've just been going, I don't know, back and forth. Dip limits at 200K FOMO. At current price, this thing is at, let's see, it's 13 mil. I will never forget losing a large amount of money on basis for everyone coins. Anyone remember that? I lost a large amount of money on basis for everyone. And I really thought that was going to be a monster too. I really thought the basis for everyone coin is going to be a monster. Then they launched Farcaster poster the next day, and then it was like a basis for pimping and squirting, and then the whole thing was just fucking, it was done after that. I mean, that was it. That was completely it. So, all right, here's what we're gonna do. I want to cover 13Fs because they all just got filed. They're pretty electric, and they're gonna be fun to go over. So I'm gonna get up real quick. I'm gonna fill up my water. When I come back, 13Fs. It's gonna be good. BRB.
I'm only pretty sure that I can't take anymore. Before you take a swing, I wonder, what are we fighting for? When I say out loud, I wanna get out of this. I wonder, is there anything I'm gonna miss? I wonder how it's gonna be when you don't know me. How's it gonna be when you so I'm not there? How's it gonna be when there's no one there to talk to between you and me? 'Cause I don't care. How's it gonna be? How's it gonna be? Where we used to laugh, there's a shouting match. Sharp as a thumbnail scratch, a silence I can't ignore. Like the hammock by the doorway we spend time in. Swings empty, I don't see lightning like last fall.
God, I really just fucking bang. So, all right. Let's go. We'll check market real quick. Release the playlist TG. I don't have one. It's off the dome. Just like, what should I play? Then just, how's it gonna be? Just pops into the dome. Bitcoin 63.5. Brent, nothing crazy. DRAM the same. Mags are not on a full percent. SPX down 1.13. Nasdaq is going back flat. Dow is red. Photonics ETF is up 5.5%. QWERTY clipping out of the bull coin. Let's see. How hard? How hard? Wow. Let's go like 25,000. Is this QWERTY? 40K sell? Yeah, there it is. This is QWERTY. Oh god, BSC scan. I don't even know how to use this. Yeah. Okay, what do we got? Co-found Stopper product companies are doing 1.5 billion. Forgot about crypto homies. Snapdrop 16%. Huh. 16% before 7 a.m. ET this morning. I've been trading almost 12 million shares at that point with no news. Guys, your opinion on something? Yes. It's since recovered now -4% with about 25 million shares traded, worth about 109 million again on no news. Seems normal. Well, I guess we're gonna get a Snapchat announcement at some point here. But all right, let's talk 13Fs, which is pretty exciting shit. I will do a couple high level, like important notes, and then we're just gonna go through everyone who filed, which we now know a lot more of these guys than we did last time we did this. But every quarter, hedge fund managers over, I don't know, a couple $1 billion. I don't know what let's see. How much money to file 13F? How much AUM to file 13F? Okay, if you're over 100 mil, you have to file 13F every quarter and say what positions you were in over like the dates relative to file. And so they're a little bit misleading because we don't know what they bought or sold at what price and like what day within the quarter. But it's fun historical information to look back and see like what trends are happening. Like who are people rotating into? What do people like? Where is the smart or at least the big money headed to? And so there's a couple high level things first. Also, we have a Leopold one. Peter Thiel just bought Vaca Muerta, 76 million, 18% of his entire fund. It's a concentrated bet on Argentine gas as the next AI-powered geography. The company Vista Energy. Let's see how this is performed, actually. Let me get a chart in here. Vista Energy. Daily. Yeah, look at that. It's up 6% today. I don't know if that's in the Teal filing or what, but the chart looks nuts. Baker versus Brad Gerstner we'll come back to. So there's a couple. One is Paul Tudor Jones, who we're a huge fan of, raises its BlackRock Bitcoin ETF stake by 18.9% after a full year of selling. He grew his IBIT stake to 688,000 shares per its new filing after selling it all through 2025 at Bitcoin to 124,000 P. The thing about this is that it's such a insignificant amount of his fund. I don't even think it's worth super looking into this, but he is adding. He is adding, which is nice, but it's such an insignificant, it's like 0.1% of his fund is in Bitcoin. So it's not that big of a deal. We'll delete this. Delete this. The other one I wanted to look at was, here it is. Stanley Druckenmiller's family office publicly disclosed a $23 million position in Per last quarter. This is a sick one. The macro legend now has hype exposure through an equity wrapper at an FO that doesn't hold tokens directly. Here's Per, which is basically the only DAT that has digital asset treasury company that has performed well ish. What's it down all-time high? It's down like 39% versus Hyperliquid is down less, I think. 39 to like 23%. TBD if it's going to outperform the upside as well, but oh, is this him talking about dicks? Okay, we'll move this in and we'll get to it. But all right, let's go through some of these 13Fs and see what we have. And also, coins look fucking good, man. Zcash at 5.2. It's a pretty sick website. Top search hedge fund, so it has it in order, and we could just go through like some of the big ones. First and foremost, most searched is Leopold Aschenbrenner Situational Awareness. Time of following, they had 20 billion AUM on 2x leverage. It's like $40 billion. 3-year performance is plus 1,000%. Here is his portfolio, as we know. SanDisk was 28%. They're saying from an average, average buy price is sort of a guess. It's not exactly right, but it's decent. SanDisk from about $1,000. They're saying plus 52% on that. Micron was 27% of his port, and that was up. Average buy price is like 913. We're saying TBD on that as well. Bloom Energy was 10%. TSM was 6%. Nebius was 6%. CoreWeave was 4%. Riot was 2.3%, which is crazy because didn't Riot just get some huge announcement with Anthropic? It's really the insider info got. Didn't Riot just have this huge Anthropic announcement? Riot Anthropic. Riot platform sides Anthropic as Bitcoin miners should focus the AI infrastructure. The agreement is expected to generate $9 billion in revenue over its 20. Dude, he just has insider info on literally everything Anthropic. Really, man? He owned $500 million of Riot. That's insane. It just got announced after he blew up. There's no way they liked this, by the way. Anthropic. There's no way they were okay with this going on. They could not have liked this. Shaw's, allegedly he bought it 61, was 2%. Iren, he was selling Iren, sold cores, sold TE, sold out of ASML, sold out of Nvidia. Yeah, and that was Leopold. And he's done, obviously. That's crazy. He was buying Riot right before this Anthropic deal. Shaw's as well. Second is Berkshire, most searched. Let's see what he's done. They bought a ton of Google, as we know, at I thought it was 350 was their average buy price. They have $28 billion of Google. It increased its position by a lot, by 24 million shares, by 45%. Sold Bank of America. Here's again, bought a ton of Google as well. Bought a ton of Delta Airlines. How's that doing? Probably bad, right? Because oil's expensive. Delta Airlines. Wow. Never mind. That is nuts. Delta Airlines. What does the airlines sold Kroger? Is that like the grocery store? Kroger Co. It is. I didn't know it was public. Sold Kroger. Ew. Looks terrible. It's a $34 billion company. Jesus, I didn't know Kroger was so big. Sold Kroger. Bought Lennar. Bought New York Times. Sold a ton of Capital One. Sold a ton. Bought Macy's. Really? I didn't know that was public either. Macy's. How does this fit into any of our thesis? Looks decent. Public since 1992. Jesus. Bought Macy's. These are all like insignificant parts of the port, though. They didn't really do much. Except they bought a fuck ton of Google. That's mostly it. Stanley Druckenmiller. They bought a lot of TSM. A lot. They bought a lot of STM and a lot of INSM. I don't know what either. Electronics. What's INSM? Let's see. INSM. Insmed Inc. What do they do? What do they do? What do they do? What do they do? What does do? Develops and commercializes treatments for patients with serious and rare diseases. Tulip King. That is a bioplay, no? Whoa. Holy shit. This is the weekly. Corey sold another 50K. Let's see. 38 mil. Wow, look at this fucking chart. There's too many coins. That looks nuts. Up 3% today. Bought a fucking ton of Amazon. Jesus, like $100 million of Amazon. Put on a new Google position they didn't have one before for 120 mil. Put on a huge Seagate position. United, what is this? UAL. What's UAL? Put on a large UAL position too. What website is this? Hedge Follow. UAL, United Airlines. Wow, why are airlines hot? Why are airlines going up? United and Delta are both ripping. So him and Buffett are both buying airlines. CDW 100 million. What is that? It's a tech company. It does what? Information. It's like a SaaS company. SanDisk, he sold. What else? Delta. Put on $56 million of Delta. Long IRL. Wow. They're like an airlines ETF. He bought Delta too. In size. Airlines ETF. Jets. Yep. Wow. Okay. He has 1% of his port is in Delta and 3% is in United, but his port is massive. What's AUM? Stanley Druckenmiller. AUM is 3.4 billion. Okay. Wow. Okay. He's buying airlines. What else? SanDisk sold. AMD bought 42 mil. Palo Alto bought 40 mil. Fox Corporation bought 30 mil. Sold Roku. Bought Per. 0.5% of his port. Nice. Daktronics, and now we're pretty deep in the weeds. Okay, airline seems to be the first theme. Bill Ackman, he always has fun ones. Bought Uber. It's 12% of his port. He has 2.5 billion in Uber. Bill Ackman, AUM is like 25 bill, 30 billion in assets. Disgusting. Also, as we're talking, Ansem Coin is 280 mil. My God. FWA, 26 mil. Pump Fun is beautiful. Bitcoin, beautiful. All right. He added to his Uber position. He's up $2.5 billion in Uber. Sold some of BN. Added to Microsoft. He has $2.3 billion in Microsoft. Sold 25% of his Amazon, like 55. He sold like 500 million of Amazon. Added QSR. Restaurant. QSR. Restaurant Brand International. What is this? They own Burger King and McDonald's, Wendy's. Wait. No. Burger King, Tim Hortons, Popeyes, and Firehouse Subs. Remember Chris Camillo had the trade in this company? Okay, so he just bought, he has $2 billion of QSR. He bought Meta. He put $1 billion of a new position on Visa. New position on MasterCard. Visa and MasterCard. New position of Netflix. 5% of his port. $1 billion. Bought his own stock for 150 million. And that's his port. Weird port. So he's buying credit card companies. He's buying credit cards and Uber and a restaurant company. Credit cards and Uber. Okay, Ray Dalio, biggest fund manager in the world. What is he doing? He bought the SPY, $1 billion of SPY. Sold Nvidia, sold Broadcom, sold a ton of Amazon, sold a ton of Google. Whoa. Sold a ton of Nvidia, Broadcom, Amazon, Google. Bought a ton of Vanguard index funds, 200 million. Sold AMD, sold Microsoft, sold Oracle. Wow, he's selling everything. Sold Micron, all of it. Sold ASML. Damn, he sold everything. Amazon, Nvidia, Google. This is it's the biggest fund in the world, right? Ray Dalio. AUM. Holy fuck, they manage $100 billion. It's 5x bigger than Ackman. Jesus. What is he buying? Vanguard index funds. Newmont Corp. I don't know what that is. NEM. Newmont Corporation is a Jesus. Minerals looks great. Gold mining. He's buying. Yeah, all these are minuscule amounts of his port. Everyone seems to be selling hyperscalers, no? Okay, Jim Simons. Buying Nvidia. Wow, bought a lot. Bought $1 billion in Nvidia. How much does he manage? It's a Renaissance fund, right? Jim Simons, AUM. They manage 100 billion too. He bought a ton of Nvidia, bought an insane amount of Meta. Flat on Intel, Bought Palantir, bought a fuck ton of Google. While he's just buying this shit at everything. Renaissance. They're buying CrowdStrike. Bought a fuck ton of Google. Bought a fuck ton of Amazon. Bought a fuck ton of Netflix. 500 mil. It's crazy. 500 mil Netflix is 0.67%. AMD. Who's in charge then? Who runs Renaissance Fund? Peter Fitzhugh Brown. Bought a fuck ton of Tesla. Damn, they're buying everything. Sold Apple, 50% of it. Bought TSM. Huh. There's not that much here either. No one's really doing much of buying and selling. How about Brad Gerstner? 10 billion AUM. Flat. Whoa. New position, Cerebras. 16% of his port. $1.6 billion. Wow. Sold 30% of Meta. Bought a ton of CoreWeave. Love you, bro. Bought Amazon. Sold 7% of Uber. New position, Microsoft, 500 mil. New position, Qualcomm, 400 mil. New position, SpaceX, 300 mil. New position, Micron. He's Robinhood. New position in Google, not very much. And nothing else. What else? Paul Tudor Jones. Let's look at this. Bought a ton of TSM. Doubled Microsoft, double Nvidia, 2%. Bought a lot of Tesla. Bought a ton of Amazon. Bought EA. Not much. He's flat. Doubled Meta. Bought SPC. Oh, SpaceX. I was like, wait, what? Netflix. There's a couple Netflix now. A couple Netflix. A couple guys buying Netflix. A couple guys buying Uber. Airlines and credit cards. SanDisk. These are all small percents now. Boeing. Here you go. Boeing. Anything else interesting? Texas Instruments. MasterCard. New position. Hello. Thanks for the gifted, brother. MasterCard. No Visa, though. Do you have Visa at all? No. Should we just, like, search for those in particular names? How about Kathy Wood, ARC? Not that they're exactly performing the best. Sold half AMD. God damn. New position SpaceX. 170 average buy price. 5% of the fund. $800 million. Sold Robinhood. Sold Shopify. Bought Amazon. Bought Palantir. Bought Google a lot. Bought Coinbase. Really. Roblox. First time I've seen that. Circle. Rocket Lab. Anything interesting? No. Meta. BM&R. 1% of the port. That's rough. Eli Lilly. Tulip King. Bought a lot. 100 mil. Not a lot of Lilly anywhere, huh? Snowflake. Not a lot of Lilly. Who else we have? Steve Cohen. Sold Credo, sold ASML, sold Amazon. Bought a ton of Snowflake. Jesus. Bought a ton of Procter & Gamble. Bought a ton of RTX. Capital One, nice. Bought a ton of Oracle. Well, this guy's buying a lot. Bought a ton of Texas Instruments. Sold Broadcom, sold Micron. Bought United Healthcare. Bought Visa. Bought MasterCard. Everyone's buying Visa and MasterCard. Like 1% of their port. Is that like normal? I don't know. I haven't looked at enough of these. I don't really know. Gavin Baker. What do we got? GB. 41% of his portfolio is in SpaceX. Holy shit. 41? Gavin Baker, my friend. 41%. He has $4.7 billion in Gavin Baker. Yeah, I saw it, Frank. He's $4.7 billion, 41% of his port. Third biggest position, Cerebrus. $1 billion, 6.17%. Sold A-Lab. I sold some Unity. New position in Meta, 2%. Google CoreWeave. Dix. He's selling Dix. Wix. He bought a ton of Wix. Why? PDF Solutions. Jesus. What's the best trade for oneself? I don't know. It's not necessarily like tradable, but it's just kind of fun to scroll. Seeing a lot of airlines and a lot of credit cards is the only real theme, and then buying and selling of the big names. I don't know what our net long short is. Anyone else we care about? Tiger we could do. Anyone else we care about? Chase Coleman, Tiger, or George? How about Soros? Okay, Soros sold Amazon. They have 3% of the ports in EA. It's private now, though. Anything we care about? Microsoft. New position in... no. All right, let's see. AUM. You can short by AUM. Ken Fisher. $336 billion. God damn. They have Eli Lilly. $6 billion worth. City. They got Tony of GE Aerospace. Is that airline? Does that count? Is it an airline? Yeah, we skipped Leo. We went over it real quick. Visa. Yeah, this is some weird. What is this? Fisher Asset Management is too big. Tepper. All right, we'll do Tepper and we'll be done. Damn, small ass font. Here he is. 7.5 billion. Eesh. All right. He sold a ton of Micron. It was 15% of his port. Bought TSM. Bought a fuck ton of Uber. Wow. It's $555 million of Uber. Bought a ton of Meta. Sold Baba. Half of it. Boeing. Dude, the airlines. 200 million Boeing. New position. American Airlines Group. New position. 136 million. SpaceX. New position. Look at Thrive. Josh Kushner. Oh. Mr. Josh Kushner. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. Josh Kushner, what do you got? SpaceX. 84% of his portfolio is in SpaceX. Are you out of your mind? 84%. Why even hold anything else? Amazon, Oscar Health, Shopify, Figma. Sold StubHub, sold Carvana. Jeez. Oh, yeah, they're VC. Valid. Oh, yeah, they invested in SpaceX. There you go. Wow. Well, that's 13Fs. The only common theme that I see here is airlines. Why? I don't know. Why? Look at this. Hype strong, pump strong. A lot seem to like meta. You're right. A lot of meta. We should ask AI to like orb what we just read. A lot of meta. A lot of selling of memory, by the way. A lot of them sold memory. A lot of them sold memory. Uber, Meta, Snowflake, and then the airlines and the credit cards. I know none of them even have any Bitcoin, which is nuts. Crazy. No Bitcoin at all. Fuck Bitcoin. They're just like, fuck it. Whatever. Let's check in on our on-chain coins because they're hot right now. And FWA is hot. Look at this thing. 27 mil. The Bull, 38. Ansem. 271. All right, you want to know something crazy? Maybe the greatest founder of our era you've never heard of. Stripe has finalized an agreement to acquire Open Router for more than $7 billion. This is more than 5 times the 1.3 valuation from Open Router's funding round 82 days ago. 82 days ago. They were valued at 1.3 billion. They just sold for 7 billion less than 3 months later. That shows you where we are at in the AI mania. Now, the craziest part about this exit is the co-founder of Open Router is also the co-founder of OpenSea, which at the top of last cycle was worth 13 billion fucking dollars. Not the best at names, but god damn it, it works. Alex Atala. He's the co-founder and former CEO of OpenSea, the co-founder and CEO of Open Router. He stepped down in July 2022, bro. He left at the top. Like, the top. Look at this. March, April, May, June, July. He left, like, right here. Mania slows down. He leaves, goes all in on AI at the bottom. He launched the AI infrastructure startup in early 2023, providing a single API gateway to hundreds of large language models. Stripe reached a deal to acquire for upwards of $7 billion fucking dollars. What a just absolute chad, my friend. What a chad. So nuts, really. Like, that is actually just so nuts. What, I mean, it's got to be one of the best runs ever from a founder, right? Surely. I mean, surely it is. Tomorrow we have a lot to cover. But I'm gonna save this topic. There's this guy, Max Bitker, who launched this server, Weird Economics, up on the agent-only Runescape server. Low cost of labor makes most commodities abundant. Currency inflation means trading for goods. Nobody really wants cash. Huge swarm contention as certain resources with limited respawn rate become valuable. It takes more and more. Yeah, so basically this guy set up this agent-only RuneScape server. And there is some really weird shit going on in the server. Like, people are very, like, there's all, I don't know. Currency's, like, hyper fucking inflated. And there's all this weird shit going on. And it's gone, I'm sure you've seen it on your, have you seen it on your feed? It's gone giga viral, this shit. It's gone, like, insanely viral. And I just DM'd the guy and was like, hey, you want to come on stream tomorrow? And he was like, yeah, sure. I'll come on stream, talk about it. And so I think that's like a fun guest. It's like a niche poll. Not the kind of thing, not the kind of guest we would normally bring on, but it's so viral and it's like AI. It's more fun than talking about Dario letters. It's way more fun than a Dario letter. So love you, Easy. Let's see where we're at. DRAM is now up 8%. Stocks up 7. While Spy is red. Wow. Cerebrus 15. Sandisk 11. Wow, our boy is so rich, by the way. Diligent Plane. Lumentum's up 7 and Micron's up 7. SpaceX 148. Go Bitcoin, go. Go Bitcoin, go Bitcoin, go. Go Bitcoin, go Bitcoin, go. Go Bitcoin, go Bitcoin, go. What's Circle doing? +4. It's got to get to like what though before we can really say anything. There's no volume. It's got to get to like 65 and some change. I'll tell you what, it's a really good sign that hype looks good, in my opinion. You need these other, especially for one of my thesis about Bitcoin not mattering this cycle as much. These other things have to just carry weight. Zcash, you love to see this. You really, really, really gotta love to see this. Pump up 9.5. You got to see this happen. It's got to happen. VVV evens up 3. Bitcoin 63.9. Hype is at OIATH, which is crazy. Fucking crazy. Really? Impressive, really. Zach, my baby. Bitcoin is the father of all coins, but you're going to need to see other shit do shit, or else it's going to be a long year. Even Shut ETH is up 2%, which is nuts. So, anyways, what's your hard take about the market right now? Wait, what's Pokemon 30? Chang DeFi. God, he tweets too much. Pokemon 30. September 16th. 30 Pikachu variants. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is oh no. Oh no. This is not good. This is what Gary Vee meant by gentle giant will have its day. This is not good. The market. Oh, it's so over. Oh my god, it's so over. Dude, I saw this video about like, oh my god, I started seeing these videos about how I'm getting these videos on my feed all day about how I only invest in Pokemon cards. It's so over. Oh my god, it's so over. Only invest Pokemon. It's so over. Ugh, I wish I could find it. The guy's like, it's so easy. Like, I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy. It's so over. We should do a drop. My favorite Pokemon's Vaporeon. That's so good. That's a good one. D-Nap, we should do a seg on this. A little seggy. Yes, we should. What the hell was that? That is the beginning of the end. That's what that is. Disney TCG is the next one. Dude, I swear, composability Kyle, you are going to fucking drive me so nuts. Look up Disney. Lord Kana, dude. The problem with like chilling Disney is it's like creepy. Dude, we not buying Buzz Lightyear first edition, bro.
Hi everyone, my name is Moni.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And today we're going to be playing Disney Lorcana using the new 2-player starter set.
Yes, Disney Lorcana is a trading card game published by Ravensburger, who are helping sponsor this playthrough. Now in this game, players are going to be taking on the roles of powerful sorcerers known as Illumineers. We're trying to play cards cleverly, outwit our opponents, and be the first one to score 20 lore.
Dude, it's all going. Get rid of all Pokemon first, and then it all just fucking...
That's right, and so...
You know what happens to an altcoin when Bitcoin goes on 50% a day?
Today, we're going to be playing using the 2-player starter set, which comes with everything that you need to play, including 2 balanced decks. Each deck comes with a storage box. We have lore counters as well as damage tokens, and each deck also has 2 special foil cards.
Yes, and each deck is actually themed around toys and supers, because one is going to be based off Toy Story, while the other one is The Incredibles. Now, if you've never played Lorcana before, we are going to teach...
Let's go ahead and draw our starting hand of 7 cards.
See if I pulled the perfect 7. I did not.
Or, hopefully that means I'm going to get lucky. And again, you can alter your starting hand by discarding any number of cards from your hand, drawing that many, and then reshuffling your deck.
There's like 10 people on Earth who know how to play this. Stop.
So let's see.
Now, of my 7 cards, 3 of them I want to alter. I want to alter my hand. So I'm going to take any cards that I started with, put them at the bottom of my deck, and draw up that many more cards. And then I will shuffle this deck, and then that forms my draw pile.
Yes, and players decide if they're going to alter in turn order. So since Naveen is now finished, I think I'm going to keep my hand.
You like it?
I don't think I'm going to alter any of them.
That's good.
I think it's not bad. It's going to be tough, I think, to decide what to ink.
Okay.
But, well, now the pressure is on. I don't know if I'm going to play it well.
Sure.
But here we go.
Okay.
All right, now if you've never played Lorcana before, again, our goal is to be the first player to score 20 lore. And we're going to be keeping track of our lore via our lore trackers. Now, in general, on your turn, you'll ready your cards, set them, and then you'll always draw a card into your hand, except for the first turn of the game. And then you'll do things such as playing character cards from your hand. A majority of cards cost ink that you'll have to sort of spend each turn in order to play them. And ink cards will also come from your hand. So we'll just explain the game as we play it. So for now, Naveen, why don't you go ahead and take the first turn?
Okay, perfect. So for me, there are no cards played here, so there's nothing really to ready or set. And because I'm the very first player taking the very first turn, I do not draw a single card. Monique will do that on her turn. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of my cards from my hand into my inkwell. Now you can only do this once per turn.
For like 20 minutes, no one's done anything. Do something.
And you can only do this with cards that have this symbol in the top left corner. So cards look like this, and in the top left.
Game ever. This is the worst game ever, dude. It's actually the worst game ever made. This game sucks. This game is fucking terrible. That was like, oh, it was so horrible. Like an hour, and they did nothing. I look up a SpongeBob license plate PSA 10. You were joking? Oh, you weren't. This is 25K, huh? This feels decent. I don't know. Is this like they got to make interest rates like 100%. This is kind of fresh. Oh, it's driver's license, not license plate, bruh. That's what it was. Come on, twin. What else does a guy like this have for sale? Just this? This is it? Just a $25,000 SpongeBob? So the Knicks tee for 160, and then a one-piece carrot French. Only 12 rep. I'm so good. I used to like buy rep eBay account. You could sell eBay accounts with rep. It's like a whole world out there. There's a whole world out there for aged Gmail accounts. Like if you have a Gmail account from like 2010, it's worth like $100 or something. 100, maybe less, probably $50. We used to buy aged Gmail accounts. Oh, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Tomorrow's a big day, my friends. A big day. We're gonna have our RuneScape guy on. We have a lot to cover. We have a lot to get into. Market. It's interesting. I yield my time. I will. Lefty, you're the GOAT, man. Catch you when I catch you. I'll see you when I see you. Have a great rest of your day. Love you, motherfuckers. See you in the pit.